How do I... I'm assuming... I have the guest button, so I'm assuming people can request, but...
Here, I'm gonna leave and rejoin, and we'll check. I'll try to request.
Oh, sure. I'm assuming people can. I can invite... There's an invite button for these people, which makes me think they can request, but I don't know how to use TikTok. Oh, people can request. Hell yeah. Okay.
Let's go!
Alright, good. Oh. Who? It's gone. Why did it disappear? It disappeared from my computer again.
It's still up.
Well, yeah, it just stops, like, streaming to my computer. But, like, my phone is still, because I'm just mirroring my phone and my computer. Whatever the software that mirrors it just breaks for some reason. I don't know why, though.
Can you not stream off the website, the TikTok website?
No. There's, like... I might be able to use, like... I hate the Live Studio PC app so much. It's so laggy, and it sucks horrible. But there might be a way I can do it. Capitalism kills. Did you see your idol diddying is a groomer? I did. What? Are there new Destiny DM leaks? I saw like the Destiny DM leaks that were just like him, like saying he likes dick or whatever, and it's like, okay, dude, I don't really. It's not something I care much about.
My brother was talking to me about it. He's like, bro, you see those leaked messages that come out? I was like, listen, if you're a fan of this dude, you expected these. These are yeah,
like I don't.
What we know.
Dick equals based. True. Oh wait, can I swear? I don't know what I can say on TikTok. We'll see if I get taken down first stream.
Not the Twitter live stream. I just got my notifications.
Duh. Bro, you streaming a party yet?
Bro, you gotta go stream to Blue Sky, bro.
Bro, when Blue Sky adds streaming, I will stream to Blue Sky too. But there's this new like live streaming site called Party or whatever, and I've been streaming there as well now because they said they were gonna like pay small creators. Now I'm not gonna be one of those, but it's better than. I feel like there's more people on it than DLive. DLive, I was streaming to before. No one ever goes to the DLive stream. I've had 2 people go to the Party stream, so. Why? What the fuck happened? Why does it do that?
Goal? Did you know your TikTok live goal is that you'll sing a song right now?
Wait, what? No, I'm not doing that. No, you can't hold me to that.
If you get 5 roses, it says, help me achieve my goal, and I'll sing a song.
No, I can't. No, I'm not. No, I can't do that one.
Listen, this would not be false advertising.
I don't know if I want to do that one, chat. I don't know.
Can we get some 5 roses to
how do I change it?
Song?
I don't know how to change it. I also don't know why the thing seems to be cutting out sometimes. Screen copy keeps closing. Try with another USB cable or plug into another USB port. Oh, you sent a rose. Thank you, Isaac, for the rose. Oh, thank you. Oh, fuck you, dude. Oh, you sent 10 roses, dude?
It said that, so you had a TikTok going on, fun that was
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if we're gonna have a singing stream in this future.
You know, I can I don't know the lyrics to I don't know all the lyrics to most songs. I'll sing the first few lines of Your Graduation by Modern Baseball. I know that one. Okay, chat, here we go. Been 3 whole years of me thinking about you every day, sometimes for hours, sometimes in passing. Saw you from the bottom of the staircase, stood out for hours as you complain about how you haven't seen your friends yet, that you're too drunk to stand, and you not knowing if you can love him forever. Okay, are you happy? That's it. That's what you get. His live is paused. That was worth it? Okay, great.
What's the next goal? What's the next goal?
I don't know. I don't even. I don't. Sucks. You look like the chill guy dog. Hell yeah. Do it. Clap when you run, for sure. Those are two. You know, we had one nice comment, and then the comment immediately after that ruined it. That's
I did not expect that at all.
At least you tried. How loud? I don't know. It depends. We need some people, and we need a chat. We need some people.
How many people will listen? I don't even think half people know on TikTok know what a. I'll say actually. I don't think 80% of people on TikTok know what a globalist is.
Well, I mean, I have like the whatever political cartoon here for like the tariff
Yeah, the
thing.
anti-Trump meme I think will bring in more people. Yeah.
Yeah, but I also oh fuck, why does that? Oh, okay, hold on. Let me change the USB port it's plugged into. Maybe that's the issue. Surely, that was the issue, and nothing else could be the. Uh-oh. Ooh. Why is it falling now? Okay, there we go. Very janky setup I got. All right. I can hear you again. Hopefully, it doesn't,
Yo! I joined Non-Fun's TikTok team.
You joined my TikTok? What the fuck? I got a TikTok team?
Like a subscriber. Yeah, you send money and then I became the #1 member on your team.
Hell yeah.
I'm a part, bro. I'm the NGGer.
You can't say that on TikTok.
Well, I know. Wait, I mean it's spelled N-GTG.
Yeah, NGGER. Don't worry. In the NGG or capitalized the ER, you know, it's like DTG. It's not any like racial thing. It's just because of it's because go to nonfon.gg in my website. Which I don't own yet. One day, maybe a few more roses, and we'll buy it. Don't worry, guys. How do I can I change the thing? How do I change the thing behind me? The effect that I have if have a guest. Oh, what a bracelet. Thanks for the bracelet. How many fucking TikTok coins do you have, dude?
I spent $1. It gave me 120. Okay. These things are cheap. Exclusive for gift member level 10 and above. Bro, how do I become a level 10? I gotta send a comment for what?
White guys can say the N-word clown. I never made that claim. Okay, you're talking about Destiny, aren't you?
We were not talking about that at all. This has
I know,
nothing to do with that word, and the fact that you would say that is disgusting.
It's just my fandom name. Okay.
Do you think white people can say the N-word?
I don't know if we can. I don't know if TikTok will like this conversation.
My bad, you're right. What did you think about him coming out and saying that it would be a 10% tariff on China and a 25 on Mexico and Canada?
The 25 Mexico and Canada is absolutely insane. I should have pulled up the numbers on this before. So, you know, we've had free trade of Mexico and Canada since NAFTA. Trump scrapped NAFTA, but he had the USMCA, which was still more or less a free trade deal. So what that means is, like, you know, Mexico isn't just specializing in parts. Mexico is specializing in intermediate goods. It's specializing in parts for parts for parts. That means, like, something that we import from Mexico probably is goods made in the U.S. and made in Canada. And tariffing them is horrible because you're tariffing so many intermediate goods, and that's like absolutely horrible. That's like one of the worst things to tariff. I mean, technically, like, tariffing like oil would probably be worse, but like it's horrible. Yeah.
Yeah, I was very confused when I saw that because like even as deranged as it is, you can see a logical reason to like want to be in a trade war with China, but like Canada and Mexico makes no sense.
Yeah. Non-fun, are you Jewish? No.
Oh. I don't know if Twitch chat is very compatible with TikTok.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how long we last. I have numbers on this from like 2016. There's got to be updated numbers. One estimate finds goods imported from Canada contain 25% U.S. inputs, and goods imported from Mexico contain 40% U.S. inputs. So like, our supply chains are like incredibly like integrated. So you just end up like hurting everyone. You don't even really end up like protecting producers, and tariffs have a bunch of other negative costs. I'm going to do a more deep dive on NAFTA at some point. I read a little bit about it, but like people don't like it. And I can cite a few things as to like some models that show it was probably good, but I need to do more reading on it at some point. Also, the model for it. There's one study that like had a model for it, and they found I had like a 0.08% positive impact on welfare, and it's like, okay, I mean, like, if it's that low, then like there's got to be some margin of error there that maybe. Oh, you sent a cap. Oh, hey, damn.
You have a little hat on.
Damn, I look fire. Hell yeah.
Take for that, you bastard.
Wait, what do you mean? It was on me for a little bit.
Damn, wait, no, actually, I was gonna say, I thought you moved it and went off. I think it just only lasted for 3 seconds.
Yeah, I think you got to spend more to buy more caps for me. Yeah, there's got to be. I think this estimate is from 2016. Oh, it's from 2014, so it's even more old. But I'm sure there's updated numbers that I would need to find. But like it's yeah, it's crazy. I mean, like steel is like the easiest example, especially because Trump, has previously tariffed that. So like we have studies on that. Bush also previously tariffed it, although Bush had a little bit more of a justification. Bush thought China was dumping, meaning they like were intentionally selling a bunch of steel below cost to like outcompete U.S. firms. They probably weren't actually doing that. It's just steel is like a very high fixed cost industry, so sometimes it makes sense to sell below cost if you can still cover your variable cost. But Trump just tariffed steel because he didn't like China. And like that's like the easiest thing. It's like, steel using jobs outnumber steel consuming jobs, or steel consuming jobs outnumber steel producing jobs 80-1. So like you're hurting 80 people to help one person. And really you're hurting more than 80 people because you're indirectly hurting a bunch of other people and have to pay like higher prices for steel and stuff. And you're lowering productivity. Just not a good thing. Cope harder. Okay. I don't know what I'm coping about, but what is the fun kit?
Can you think of any way to steelman it?
The issue is I can kind of steelman tariffs, but like the steelman is not like an argument anyone would make. Like it turns into me doing a straw man of the people who argue for tariffs because because like this just isn't the argument they make. The big thing is like national security. Like there are cases where like, clearly we should onshore like some battery shit because that's an essential military thing. Even then there are reasons to do other things than just tariffs. You probably want to subsidize it too, or do like tax credits because like, if you just tariff battery production in China, countries are probably going to move out of China. But they're not going to move to the U.S. They might just move to Vietnam. So, a tax credit actually incentivizes companies to produce here, and a tariff just incentivizes producers to produce not in China. Now that is a good thing a lot of times, because there are a lot of things that we don't need to produce here because the opportunity cost is so high, but also we just don't want to produce them in China. What's up, Jalen? Is it loading? I don't know how the TikTok works.
It's because
All right, fire. Okay. Oh, Isaac sent a rose. Oh, thanks, buddy. How many fucking roses do you send? LOL, get owned, lib. Shoot it. I don't know. She just screamed at me. I guess I lost. Oh, she's gone. Well, bye-bye. That was interesting. Okay. Great first debate there. Oh, thanks for the rose, Isaac. Oh, more. Oh, 5 more roses. The goal isn't there anymore. You can't make me sing, okay? The goal isn't there. I'm not singing anymore. It was worth a shot. That was a kid? I don't know if it was a kid. It sounded like a she to me, but I really don't know. Oh, he's gone. Bye-bye. I'm back home. He's in Twitch chat now. But yeah, we get a lot of intermediate goods from Mexico and Canada. It's just not those are like the countries you want to tariff least, just because our supply chains are so integrated with them. Large part of international trade, I'm reading. By the way, if I like look over and I just quote stuff, I'm reading either like from my notes or like from stuff I have pulled up. Ew. Okay, thanks, chat. Large part of international trade occurs with intermediate inputs and components, not finished products ready for consumers. Companies import parts, materials, and unfinished goods to use in their own production process. This means that tariffs often act more like a tax on domestic manufacturers who use these imports, raising their costs instead of protecting them from foreign competition. If the neat separation between consumer and producers ever existed, it doesn't today. Apple designs iPhones in California, but contracts manufacturing to hundreds of suppliers peppered across Asia. Is this domestic or foreign production? Tariffs on these imports directly affect a major U.S. producer. The clean divide between domestic and foreign firms doesn't reflect reality. I need to, at some point we'll read, not on TikTok, because TikTok would be too bored by this. There's a new blog post I got to read about a destination-based cash flow tax. Was actually, I think I kind of, the Republicans call it a border adjustment tax because it's a cash flow tax, which I can get into if you guys really care about that. But like it taxes goods based on where they are consumed and not just based on the origin of the company. Right now we have a lot of the corporate tax is an origin based tax, and that allows companies to do some things that are like, hey, we're actually just an Irish company. We're headquartered in Ireland. Yeah, maybe we produce everything in the U.S. and sell everything in the U.S., but actually we're headquartered in Ireland, so we don't have to pay the corporate tax in the U.S. A destination-based cash flow tax, or any destination-based tax for that matter, like a value-added tax, doesn't have that same issue because it taxes imports but exempts exports. Lois, where the fuck is Peter? Welcome back to Donald. Or have you been here before? I feel like I've seen you here before, the Donald. I don't know though. The TikToks will come. We're waiting. I also probably have to. Oh, we are. By the way, I don't know. Part of the reason I'm doing this now is because tomorrow we're going over to family for Thanksgiving. I'm gonna play Minecraft with Joe and Obama now. It's so real, brother. We're probably what was I gonna say? Oh, So I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna be. I can't stream regularly there because I don't have my computer. All I'll have is a shitty laptop. So I think I'll probably be doing this again if I do stream for on tomorrow night and Thanksgiving night. But I don't know if I don't know for sure if I'll stream Thanksgiving night. We'll see. We'll see. Day after Thanksgiving though, we have that panel with Gibbs and Wick. I think Wick is participating. I don't know if Wick is just moderating, but thanks for the thumbs down, buddy. But that'll be interesting. Excited to talk to Pentuple again. That's gonna be fire. There's got to be more. I know, like the U.S. I forget which agency releases it actually, but like they I read the book, the What's Wrong with Protectionism book, and they cite like a 2016 report because they were writing it in 2017 and they didn't have the 2017 report yet. But they like the government releases this report every year where like they, it's like a 600-page report where like they estimate all the impacts of all these trade agreements, and part of it is like, how much do the people in the 10th income percentile spend on imported goods versus how much in. It would get more views without face cam. God damn, yeah, I need a VTuber avatar. How much do people in the 10th percentile of income spend on tariffs versus the 50th percentile income? And like you see, like, hey, poor people spend quite a bit more on tariffs or quite a bit more on imported goods than rich people as a percentage of their income. Which makes sense. Which is why, tariffs on their face are regressive since they tax everything at like a flat rate. It's like, and that's going to be a higher percentage of lower income people's income than rich people's income. But to add on top of that, they also poor people just consume more imported goods. So like it's doubly regressive. It's horrible. Meanwhile, like the bottom 50% of Americans pay like freaking like $600 in income tax. It's just not it's just like even if it was theoretically possible, which is not, because the revenue maximizing point in tariffs is not enough to raise as much as income tax raises. But even if it were possible to do that, it would probably still be bad, just because a lot of poor people just barely pay income tax or don't pay it at all because we have like standard deductions. But a lot of people, but they would pay tariffs. Thank you, Nino La, for the follow on Twitch. Thank you. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Hi, I really love the category game you're streaming. I would like to add you to add me on Discord. Yeah, okay. It's a bot. God damn it. Can I say God? I can say God. I can swear on Twitch, right? I just can't like say slurs, and I have to say grape and I have to say SA. I don't think that'll come up in tariff debates. I doubt it will, but who knows? I don't know. People be wild. Co-host. I don't know who the fuck this guy is. Okay.
I'm good. How are you? Oh.
I'm great. Official, where are you from?
Me? I'm from.
Oh. Oh shit.
Guys, I'm gonna follow you both. Can you follow back if you don't mind?
Sure.
Maybe. How do I do that? I don't know how to use TikTok. Alright, I did.
Much love. Frankie, welcome in! Oh my god, Frankie in the chat! Frankie, how you doing, buddy? Frankie Ballpark in the chat, guys! Frankie, bro, how are you? Yo, Frankie! Frankie, don't give a fuck, not for real.
Bro, what the fuck is this, man?
How are you, brother?
What? Why'd I get invited to this?
Yeah, that was not like.
Frankie again in the chat, baby.
What do you mean, Screamer?
Thank you so much, Frankie, bro, for double tapping. Your love has been appreciated, brother.
Frankie from the other line.
Guys, everyone who's listening to me, guys,
What do you mean by
follow my
Screamer?
brother, guys. Go follow my brother, Frankie.
Say Frankie, welcome.
Why was I invited to this? What is this? I don't.
Frankie, bro, how you doing? Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark, do 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 do. Do 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 do.
What the fuck?
My husband stormed into the living room, visibly annoyed as he looked around at
What
everything.
was that, brother?
Frankie, that's your love and appreciation. You are doing double tapping.
I'm gonna start sending gifts.
Much love to you, Frankie.
What on earth?
Facts that
Democrats as liberals should no longer be in office.
We
like
put
that.
ourselves out here pretty.
and you think you've got me figured out.
In my telegram for the CA,
Let's bring it back up. Let's bring.
Yeah,
Bro, what the fuck is this shit,
It wasn't
bro?
until he saw me
You need to learn a lot about streaming, not fun. I know how to stream. I just don't know. I don't know what the fuck that was. I think I'm a perfectly fine Twitch streamer. Maybe I'm not cut out for this shit, bro. I don't know. You need to do like that. I'm not gonna fucking sing Baby Shark, man. I'm not just not gonna do that. Actually, for the funny, if I could make a full-time, if I could be a full-time streamer by singing fucking Baby Shark, I would do it. Fuck it. Like, yeah, actually, absolutely, I would do that. I would do, to avoid working a real job, okay, and just being a streamer, okay, I would do a lot of stuff. I would do like almost whatever would get me to that. I mean, you know, there's some lines I wouldn't cross, but in terms of content, like, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I'd be fine making basically any content. I don't know. Okay, so I guess I know not. He didn't even answer why I was invited there. I don't know why I was invited. It didn't make sense to me. Hey, what's up?
On phone.
Yeah,
You're a globalist.
I would say that, yes.
Wait, why I can't turn on cam?
What about it, sorry?
Why I can't turn on the cam?
Oh, I don't know. Do I control that? I don't think I control that. You don't need to turn it on or anything, but
Oh, okay. But globalist is very bad.
what's wrong with globalism?
Then everybody becomes the same thing. And
Well, I don't think
nobody-
that. I mean, to be clear, when I say globalist, all I'm really saying is that we should lower trade barriers. I mean, there may be other elements of globalism that you assign to that, but I just think that free trade is good. That's what I mean by globalist.
No, free trade is not good.
What's wrong with free trade?
Free trade, this is oppression, and then
How is it oppression?
because the capitalists own the means of production, private property of the means of production.
Mm-hmm. I guess I like,
This is
you know, whether or
oppression.
not we engage in free trade, we're going to be capitalist, right? Like, you know, I understand maybe we want a revolution and we want to have the workers own the means of production, but so long as the capitalists do own the means of production, I think we should primarily be trying to make people's lives better, and I think that free trade does that pretty well.
No, free trade is only in capitalism, and we need to smash capitalism.
What do you mean it's only? I mean, you could have a free trading socialist society, or you could have a non-free trading socialist society.
Aha, yes, free trade, but not free market.
Well, I mean, like, well, it depends on your definition of what socialism is, but I would say, I mean, I'm not a socialist, but like, there are plenty of socialists who will say, like, oh, you know, I just want the workers to own the means of production via, for example, like worker cooperatives, and you could have a system of worker cooperatives and still have free trade, still have a free market. Even it's just that all the firms are worker cooperatives.
I mean, okay, globalism is good, but the whole world needs to be one globalist state.
I mean, that's not a. Are you saying that's your position? We need to be one globalist state.
Yes, everybody needs to be in the same state.
I mean, like, I don't see a need for that to happen right now or anything. I mean, I guess I like. It doesn't to me, that doesn't preclude. Even if you want that, it's like an end goal or whatever. Right now, I think what's important is lowering trade barriers and keeping trade barriers low and not, you know, increasing them like Donald Trump wants to do with his tariffs.
Yes, Donald Trump maybe wants to do bad stuff, but Kamala Harris is even worse.
How so?
Because she's a liberal, and you know what liberals do? They want to do genocide in Gaza.
Well, I think Trump also wants to do the G word in Gaza, but I mean, that's kind of outside. I think on globalism, Kamala Harris is better.
I don't know, but I think.
Well, I mean, like, should be pretty easy to see, right? Like, who has promised more tariffs, Donald Trump or Kamala Harris?
I think Donald Trump.
Yeah, exactly.
But tariffs are also good because they combat the free market capitalism.
Well, I mean, we would have like a. Yeah, I mean, I understand you're opposed to free market, but like within the free market, there's a spectrum of like good to bad, right? Like we could have a free market be worse than other free markets. Do you think that's reasonable?
Yes, but I think.
So I mean, my position would just be that, like, you know, even if you don't like the free market, tariffs just make the free market worse. So we probably shouldn't be doing them.
But if the free market gets worse, it's easier to get rid of it.
Oh,
Because
so you're just an accelerationist. Or...
No. You are a
I mean-
reformist. Because reformists want to make the system stronger, so it will be harder to make a revolution.
Well, I just think free trade is good. I'm not necessarily like putting a value judgment on like whether, you know, capitalism is good or bad even. But I just think that within capitalism, free trade is a net benefit.
Because capitalism is obviously bad.
Obviously, I'm not quite sure that's obvious, but okay. Well, okay. Well, what do you mean when you say socialist? What does socialist mean to you? Because a lot of people have different definitions of socialist.
Socialism means a state with no classes. Classless state. And then when the state gets rid, it's communism.
I mean,
Stateless and classless is
okay. So
communism.
what? So like, what does that look like? Okay. So when you say the state with no classes or whatever, are we? So it's, you know, are we like it's just are there no classes because we have like worker co-ops, or are there no classes because the government owns all the factors of production? Like how are production decisions made? Essentially, is what I'm asking. Like, who is making that? Is it the state, or is it workers, or is it?
First, there is capitalism, and then there is the dictatorship of the proletariat, and then they start hunting the bourgeoisie and stuff, and taking over the means of production, and then there is only the proletariat left, so only one class. So then classes get obsolete. So there are no more classes. And
well, okay, here's just lay this out for me, okay? Amazon right now. Amazon exists, okay? In your world, is Amazon owned by the government, or is Amazon turned into a worker cooperative, and are other firms allowed to compete with Amazon, or like what is it?
I think it's on the stock market or not.
That's not at all relevant to what I asked.
it's publicly owned or something. I don't know.
Yeah, right now Amazon is on the stock market, but that's completely irrelevant to the question. The question I'm asking is, with your version of socialism, who would own Amazon? Would it be the government or would it be the workers? Would there be and then
my version.
yeah, because people
In my
understand
version, this
socialism
would
differently.
be- this would be the government. Yeah, the government are the people.
Okay.
The people are the
Well,
government.
I mean, the reason I asked that is just because like it's just because like some people say like they just want worker cooperatives, like they want the workers of Amazon to own it, not the state.
Well, worker co-op, that's just a Soviet worker council owns the company, a worker council.
I think the Soviets were a little different. They weren't just worker co-ops, but
No,
I mean-
co-op. Oh, okay. A worker council.
well, yeah, but those are different things. Is my point, right? That's my understanding, at least. The
Yeah, it's a different thing.
Yeah, well, that's what I was asking about. So, I mean, I think there are like, I mean, this isn't what I came here to debate today. I'm more interested in debating globalism. I mean, I'll talk to you about this for a little bit, but like, I think there are good reasons to not want to have the state not have a monopoly on like property rights. I think it's probably important to have like competition that protects workers, that protects. Why not?
Because the state is not different from the people. The people are the state in socialism.
I mean, this you can say that people are the state. That's fine, but that doesn't really change any of the arguments that I made for like, you know, there are good reasons to have decisions over production being made in the hands of business owners who have the right incentives versus a state who doesn't have particularly good incentives sometimes and who lacks information and yeah.
That's very wrong because the
Wait.
private owners just have the incentive to make profit, and the state has the incentive to have it good for everybody. To be good for everybody.
I mean, you can only earn profit if you're in like mutually beneficial relationships, though, right? Like you're creating a product or whatever that other people enjoy. Yeah, I mean, in market exchanges, both people benefit. I mean, I shouldn't say only. Like, there is rent-seeking behavior. I do agree there is rent-seeking behavior that exists out there. But I guess, like, generally in free market transactions, like, an exchange is mutually beneficial. Otherwise, one person would have declined the exchange. Which is another reason why I think free trade is good, by the way, is usually it's mutually beneficial. Otherwise, one country just wouldn't trade, right? Or the individuals in a country wouldn't trade even.
No, not exactly. Because did you ever heard of imperialism?
That's not particularly relevant to this, but
Yes,
yeah, I'm
go to
aware.
Africa and
Uh-huh.
take over the water wells. And you think it's profitable for the African people if they take their water?
It
The Nestle company?
can be, like, it depends. Like,
What? Are you tripping, man?
I mean, I'm not familiar with everything Nestle does, but yeah, a lot of times these are mutually beneficial relationships. Otherwise, Nigeria would decline the exchange. Like, it could be the case that Nigeria would just never get capital investment at all
It's
if Nestle weren't allowed to.
For the owner of the... For the capitalist, it's profitable maybe.
Yeah, but he has to benefit other people to get that profit, right? Otherwise, the people who he's profiting off of wouldn't have agreed to it.
Yeah, the people who own the fountain, but not the people who live there and are drying, or what do you say? Drowning. Or... I don't know. Don't get
Drowning?
cold and die.
Oh, dehydrated?
No. Yes, dehydrating.
Mm-hmm. What's up, the new person here? I don't know how to pronounce your name, sorry.
Hello, Guchar, or something.
Is he there? I don't know if he's there.
Maybe he can't turn on the mic because it says muted.
He is muted. That's on his side, though. I don't know. Well.
Yes, it's sad.
Oh, he liked. Well, thanks for liking it. I appreciate it. Chat, can we get some more likes in here in chat? Everyone double tap the screen right now. Chat. Can we get some roses, chat? Can we get some galaxy? Can we get some we have some more guests up here that are actually interested in debating globalism and not socialism versus capitalism. I don't really care about that much right now.
What's debating globalism? Globalism. Yes, I will debate globalism. So
I mean, we ran through it. You just don't like globalism because you don't like the free market at all. Like,
Yes, of course. And that's my
yeah, but
debate
then we
point.
just end up arguing over the free market and not like. I mean, I guess like. I mean, again, like we have better and worse free markets, right? So I guess my position is that globalism makes the free market better for most people and poor people too.
I don't know. What do you mean by globalism? That just.
I mean, lowering trade barriers. Lowering trade barriers, not having tariffs,
trade
and
barriers.
having free trade
Oh.
agreements.
It depends.
Well, here's a question: Do you think that poor people spend more money on imports than rich people do?
Poor people spend no, of course not. They don't have money.
Well, as a percentage of their income, I mean, as a percentage of income, do you think they spend a higher percentage of income on imports than rich people do?
Probably if they can buy in bulk, or I don't know.
Well, yeah, the
Rich
answer. I
people
mean,
buy everything in
not
bulk.
buying bulk, but yeah, the answer is yes. Poor people, as a percentage of their income, spend more money on imports. So I mean, I guess would you agree that like a tariff is probably going to hurt poor people more than rich people because poor people spend more of their money in imports?
Yes, probably. It's possible.
Yeah, so doesn't seem like a case where like a globalism could be good, or like some amount of globalism on the margin would be good because you don't want to hurt poor people by not having it.
Yes, but also globalism is also a bit bad because, for example, in USA they don't have any regulations for some stuff, and they wanted to make a free trade agreement with Europe, and in Europe you have all the regulations for food and stuff, and they wanted to bring in the bad stuff from USA.
Yeah, I don't really see how this precludes it being a net benefit. Like, it doesn't really matter. So long as there are relative price differences that differ from domestic opportunity cost, it doesn't matter how we get there, whether it's through regulation or whether it's through government subsidies. Basically, so long as we're getting more imports for the same amount of exports, it's a good thing. It's a net benefit. Like,
No, not really, because then you have the bad quality stuff from the United States. That's not healthy for European.
oh, well, there could be potential externalities there. But I mean, I guess Europe could, I mean, they could regulate it. Or yeah, right?
Yes, but they wanted to make a free trade agreement with Germany and USA, and then they could have everything that's bad for the people.
I mean, I guess I'm not. We're kind of referring. This is what's called an externality, though. So, like, I would say intuitively, it feels like this externality would not be enough to outweigh the benefits of free trade. It is, I guess, the potential is there, but insofar as there is an externality, then I'm fine with taxing negative externalities. But I'm also like fine with taxing domestic externalities, domestically. So like, it doesn't really change my position all too much. Like,
Okay. But you really think Donald Trump would do it if it would be bad for the people?
if he did tariffs, absolutely, yeah.
But Donald Trump only wants the best for USA.
I don't really think that's true. I think he wants the best for himself.
Wow. But you said the poor people have to pay more for imports than the rich people.
As a percentage of their income, they spend more money in imports, yes.
But when do poor people import something? They don't have a company or something. So do you think from Temu
When
or
they
something or what?
buy stuff at the grocery store, most like fruit is imported. A lot of fruit isn't grown here. Like when they buy
The company
iPhones.
imports it.
Well, yeah, but they
means
buy.
Stuff is more important for them because the company imported it.
Yeah, but they buy. It's still an imported. I understand the company. Well, that's not even always true. There are goods that like that. I mean, there are imported goods that are final consumer goods that people buy. But I understand your point. But you understand like there's usually a pretty high what's called a pass through rate. So the company, yes, the company sometimes imports stuff, right? But I mean, you're a leftist. I hope you should get the right answer to that. If a company's paying 10% more for their product, do you think they're going to eat the 10% profit margin lost, or do you think that they're going to pass it on to the consumer?
Probably pass it on to the consumer.
Yeah, exactly. And like we have empirical studies to back this up as well. Tariffs usually have like a really high pass-through rate.
But how do you know Donald Trump doesn't make a regulation that they can't make the stuff more expensive. He said it. They can't make food more expensive and stuff.
I mean, Donald Trump did tariffs in his first term, and he did nothing like that's not the reason Donald Trump's in favor of tariffs. Donald Trump's in favor of tariffs because they are popular with voters, and he doesn't understand the trade deficit, and he doesn't understand that other countries don't pay them, or he's lying. Yeah, I mean, I guess like
Donald Trump doesn't understand this.
Well, if I'm assuming good faith of Donald Trump, then that's what I would have to assume. I think Donald Trump does understand it. I just think he's lying. But if I'm assuming good faith, I would. Well, Trump says all the time that people in the U.S. consumers don't pay tariffs. That's not true. U.S. consumers often do pay tariffs. They often pay like the most in tariffs.
But Donald Trump said the food and stuff will get less expensive when he becomes president. So maybe he does it.
I mean, I don't. You can say that, but tariffs are antithetical to that. Tariffs are probably going to increase the price of food. Mass deportations are also going to increase the price of food. He can say that all he wants. I don't think the president has much control over food prices in general. I don't know what he's.
He will put a top line for the food prices, and then the company have to pay the tariffs.
I mean,
they have just less profit margin.
A price ceiling is just going to lead to a shortage. Quantity demand is going to be higher than the quantity supplied. Like in that case, the price of food might go down, but a price ceiling would just lead to a shortage of food.
He could just put a ceiling on the prices, and the company.
Yeah, but you understand if you put a ceiling on a price, more people are going to demand the good because it's cheaper and more people want it. But the company is going to be less willing to supply it because it's cheaper and they make less money off of it. So you understand how that almost always causes a shortage, right?
Yeah, almost always, but you never know what Donald Trump does. Maybe he pays subsidies.
Well, I mean, it doesn't depend. It depends on like the elasticity of the supply and demand curve and stuff. It doesn't depend on what Donald Trump does. If food, like it would cause a shortage of food. If it was binding. If you subsidize the food, you could. We do subsidize food already, but yeah, if you subsidize food, you could in theory make it cheaper. It's just that we would have to pay more taxes to finance that. We do also already do subsidize food.
But then the tariffs would be good, no?
No.
Why not?
Actually, you know what? I don't see how that makes the tariffs good at all. Actually, one of the big negative effects of tariffs is that they harm exports as well. We saw this very scenario play out in Trump's first term when he enacted tariffs on steel. China retaliated with tariffs on U.S. agriculture. That means a bunch of farmers in the U.S. could no longer sell their corn and soybeans to China, and they lost out on market share to Brazil and Argentina. Trump had to spend $30 billion subsidizing these farmers to make sure they didn't go bankrupt while he was president. There are other reasons tariffs harm exports as well, but that's just one. Which is 92% of the revenue the tariffs raised, by the way. Literally 92% of the revenue he raised with these tariffs had to go to making sure farmers didn't go bankrupt because of his stupid decision.
Yeah, but at least he looked out for the farmers, unlike Joe Biden, who just let them go bankrupt.
Well, what do you mean? The farmers were hurt. He had to subsidize the farmers because his decision hurt them. It didn't even completely make up for it. The farmers were actually permanently hurt.
I don't know. Then why all the farmers love Donald Trump?
But a lot of people like Donald Trump who are hurt by him. They don't. Voter epistemology is bad. Like, what do you want me to say?
Yeah, it sounds like you're lying a bit.
I'm lying? I mean, a lot of rural farmers support the Republicans basically no matter what. I don't think a lot of them understand exactly what tariffs are. I don't think a lot of them understand what Trump wants to do to the central bank. I don't think a lot of them understand what Trump did on January 6th. I don't think a lot of them understand some of the bad things about him. I also don't think farming subsidization policy changes that much from president to president. You know, when Donald Trump spent $30 billion, trying to save farmers from his stupid decision, he had to get that money from the CCC, which is not traditionally used for that. We typically subsidize farmers via other mechanisms, and that doesn't change president to president.
What? He got money from the Chinese Communist Party?
No, the CCC. I forget exactly what it stands for, but it's supposed to fund like agriculture research.
I've understood CPC.
It stands for the Commodity Credit Corporation. It's supposed to provide income and commodity support for natural resource conservation, export promotion, international food aid, disaster assistance. Yeah, it's not really typically meant for this, but
Yeah, maybe if he does this, it's not very good. But you can never know if Kamala Harris did even worse stuff.
I mean, I can know what they promised, and Trump promised way more tariffs than Kamala Harris. I don't think Kamala Harris was very anti-tariff the whole time. She made ads about why Trump's tariffs are bad. So
Yeah, but just because you put tariffs doesn't mean you're not a globalist. Because Trump is also a globalist.
I don't know. I think Trump is more of an isolationist now, because of the tariffs he supports, because he doesn't like the trade deficit.
No way. He's an isolationist.
I think he's pretty isolationist. Yeah. I mean, he has put some neocons in his cabinet, but I think most of his rhetoric is pretty isolationist, except for Israel. He seems to really like Israel. That's the only time he's like interventionist.
He even went to North Korea, China. He went
That doesn't change anything. That doesn't change the fact that like all of his rhetoric is like pretty isolationist. Like he hates immigrants coming here. He wants to deport the immigrants that are already here. He's not super clear on what he wants to do on Ukraine. But he's generally been pretty like anti-Ukraine war. Israel, he is pretty globalist on, or interventionist on. He really likes Israel. Yeah, like most of his. No, he doesn't really like Israel.
No, I don't think so. He really likes it because.
I mean, he's
and they hate Israel.
The right wing does not really hate Israel. It depends how far right you go. Obviously, Nick Fuentes doesn't really like Israel, but like a lot of Republicans like Israel.
Then they're not really right wing.
I mean, I don't know what would you call
It's
JD
also
Vance?
right.
Is JD Vance not right wing? JD Vance is left wing. Like,
JD Vance is right wing.
okay, JD Vance likes Israel.
Maybe he just says it, but
Right, okay.
Israel is also right wing.
I wouldn't disagree. They have a relatively right wing government, sure.
Relatively right wing. It's a literal guy who is searched by the ICC.
Well, I don't think that necessarily makes it right wing. There are other reasons why they're right wing, but I mean, isn't it like a unity government right now? I forget their exact situation in terms of governance, but
Oh, I don't know, but they have kibbutzim. They are a bit communist, but not the whole
Well,
country is kibbutzim. For example,
Okay.
Tel Aviv is very capitalist.
I'm aware. Israel's actually relatively isolationist. You know that they actually have quite a few tariffs on things. It's not good.
I would only prefer it if everything was a kibbutz.
Right.
Would that also be isolationist or globalist?
What? I mean, the kibbutz. The kibbutz is like.
Yes.
I mean, you could have a global society made up entirely of kibbutz. You could have a global society made up of only multinational corporations. Like, when I say globalist, the primary thing I'm talking about is just lowering trade barriers. Now, because we have the most control over our own trade barriers, typically what that means is lowering or allowing our own citizens the freedom to import without cost. We have less control over what other countries do, but I am in support of trying to negotiate with them for them to bring tariffs down too, because I think it benefits both of us if they bring down tariffs. It benefits them, benefits us as well. But we have less control over that. So when I say globalist, the primary thing is the liberty to import for our own citizens.
Yes, but other people mean something else by globalist. For example, do you know Alex Jones?
Yeah, I do know Alex Jones. I'm familiar.
And he
Hold on,
doesn't like the globalists.
Yeah, I'm aware. Tariffs are literally how America made its money before taxes, and our countries didn't mind. So X. I don't know what you mean by our countries didn't mind. Yeah, I'm familiar. Tariffs used to be a good way to raise revenue because they were relatively easy to implement. I do think they were still negative back then. other countries didn't mind. Yeah, but I think the world was a lot less globalist back then to call plague. But I mean, I guess like that doesn't make them good now. I think they were bad then. It was just that they were relatively easy to implement and raise revenue back then. Also back then, government spending was a lot less of GDP. Government spending was only like 2% of GDP. Now government spending is like 25% of GDP. The revenue maximizing point of tariffs is like about 40%, meaning you can only tax. You're just misinformed. How am I misinformed? The revenue maximizing point of tariffs is about 40%. I don't know if he might not have 1,000 followers or whatever. You're misinformed. It's capitalism. What is capitalism?
The call, Plague. Join the call.
I don't know if he can. Thanks for the follow, though. I appreciate it.
Yes, but you also said something that's very wrong earlier. You said
What'd I say?
If you do a trade, both of them profit. Everybody profits if they do a trade.
Well, it's mutually beneficial. Typically.
No, that's wrong. I think that's wrong because you can only make a profit if somebody else loses something. So
no, this is zero-sum bias. That's not true. People can engage in mutually beneficial exchanges. If I, you know, when I bought this drink,
most of the time it's not.
I disagree. When I bought this drink, I preferred having this drink over the money, and the corporation preferred to have the money over this drink. That like, yeah.
But
if I
you need drinks and food to live.
Sure, but I like there are readily available substitutes for this specific drink, right? So like.
Yes, but even if you buy something that's, for example, you only eat potatoes and drink water, you still have to pay some more than it's worth for the potatoes and the water, and because
that doesn't change the fact that it's mutually beneficial. You have to pay above cost if they earn a profit or whatever, but actually in a perfectly competitive market they would earn zero economic profit. But
well, okay, it's mutually beneficial because you need it to survive, but
well, I mean that can be a reason why it's mutually beneficial, sure.
Yeah,
I don't have an issue with that. Like,
they shouldn't make a profit off of basic stuff like food and drinks, but they do it. So that's.
I mean, I guess the reasons why you should want people to make a profit off of food and drinks or whatever is because they're like private goods. It makes the most sense for the government not to be super interventionist when it comes to private goods because the free market can typically handle them efficiently. Like most drinks have like good market feedback mechanisms. Thank you, MS.5 for the follow. I appreciate it. A lot of like, you know, if I don't like a new flavor of this drink, I don't have to buy it. That informs the company that people don't want it and they switch production to another thing. So there are like good market feedback mechanisms that the government sometimes, if they were the ones controlling it, wouldn't have. They don't have that information.
So you think Africa would profit if people buy everything from there and the people that don't have anything to eat, what to drink?
Do I think Africa would profit if people buy everything from there? I don't know what you mean by that.
Because you said globalism is good for everybody because mutual profit thing.
Yeah, it's mutually beneficial. I do think Africa benefits from free trade, yes.
Well, but you realize only a little percentage of people own capital and they make the whole profit and the poor people...
I mean, I don't like free trade isn't just capital goods, it's also regular goods and services.
Yes, if you have to sell your wage labor, but this is very sad for the people.
I mean, Africa could be a socialist country and say, I mean, Africa isn't just one country, but Africa could unite into one proletarian society and still engage in free trade, or Africa could unite into one proletarian society and not engage in free trade.
No.
Like,
No, if
how?
you engage in free trade, you're not socialist.
I can explain if you... Can I invite people? I don't know if I can invite people. How do I invite people?
Yes.
Well, don't they have to have 1,000 followers or whatever? There's no like invite button if I can follow him back. I don't know.
But the call, you can click live with non-phone and then join the live.
Well, I don't think he has enough followers. If I click on his name, like there's a follow back, there's like an @ there's like I can click the 3 dots and I see like Adam as a moderator. I don't know if I can.
I just created this account and I was able to join.
How? I have 0 followers. No, I'm a Twitch streamer, lol. Well, how do you join the... How do I make him join the TikTok live? I don't really care if you're... I'm doing TikTok debates right now, and I'm not super interested in... Like, if you're on Twitch, join my Discord, and we can chat later, but...
Wait, the call. You can join the TikTok live stream.
Well, he said he doesn't want to, because he's a Twitch streamer or whatever.
Oh.
But I don't know how to invite him or anything. Thanks for the likes, though. Oh. Wait, I can invite some people, but I can't invite him. I don't know why. I can invite King Lion Simba and another girl, but...
Oh, I also liked the video.
I appreciate it. Guys, 5 more likes until 100. Let's go.
Wow. Oh, I can like multiple times.
Yeah, did you not know that? Yeah.
No, I'm first time on TikTok.
Well, yeah, it's my first time streaming here. Although I streamed to Twitch and other places as well, but...
Ah, very good. Yes, I saw you on Twitch.
Yeah, really? Did you see me on Twitch or then go over to...
To TikTok. So I can join this call.
Oh, okay. That's weird, but okay. Thank you for the finger heart. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And thanks for the follow as well, Cold
You
Plague.
said debate a globalist. And then I wanted to debate you.
We are debating. We have been debating.
Yes, but I'm not a debate lord.
Oh, okay.
I need to learn more strats to be better at debating.
I mean, I'm not a particularly good debater. I mean, I've been doing it
You are a
for...
debate lord.
Am I? I'm a debate lord? Why am I...
Yes.
I mean, I mean, I guess I did make this live or whatever, obviously, but...
Yes. And I saw on Twitch you made a whole essay about debating.
I made a whole essay. I have notes.
Or
I don't know what you
or
mean
8
by
essays.
8
I saw
essay.
you
I don't have
had
8
essays.
8 essay. I don't have 8 essays about debating. I don't know what you mean by that. I have notes. I'm assuming what you saw is my notes. I don't have essays.
But it said essay number 8.
Oh, yeah, those are notes on essays.
Ah, okay. I thought you wrote an essay about debating.
No,
Oh,
those are
Cold
notes on
Plague,
essays. He's here. He's got to load in, but he's here.
You mean essays like homeboys or essays like papers you write?
Essay
No,
papers other people wrote.
I know, I was just picking. I just want to make sure you're clear. How y'all
Oh
doing?
my god.
Thank you for letting me.
I'm
join,
doing
brother.
good. Yeah.
And I respect both y'all, by the way. I was listening for a minute, so y'all both are pretty cool. Just want to let y'all know that before I get in.
Sure.
No, thank you, man.
No, of course. For your first time, you're doing great. I mean, is this your really first stream on TikTok?
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, first stream on TikTok, yeah. I mean, I've streamed on Twitch before and stuff, but yeah, TikTok first stream.
I know this is a whole different beast, right? Good job, brother.
Yeah.
You're not doing bad, man. Good job, brother. You're doing pretty good. Just wanted to give you that credit real quick. And so what was the part that FSD wanted to ask me about? You were wanting to ask me something specific?
Wait, because of imperialism, you mean this?
Yeah. When I said it was capitalism, you said it was imperialism. I'm like, nah, because the Queen owned 1/8 of Earth when she died. Like literally, was in her will. She had to bequeath 1/8 of Earth. She owned Jamaica. Like a lot of people don't realize she owned every African state except Africa.
But now it's USA, not the Queen. but the
No,
companies own
it's
everything.
Charles. It's Charles. It's Prince Charles. It's Vladimir the Impaler's great grandson from
Yes, but
Transylvania.
he's not so powerful like the United States and
No.
the corporations.
Like a lot of people don't even realize the royals can. Did you know that London isn't part of the UK? People don't even realize that London it's its own entity. The royals have to ask permission before they even enter London. A lot of people don't even realize that before they talk. Like when people talk
Wait,
about look it up real quick. You go ahead and Google it. London is
Oh, no, I
not
didn't
part of the.
realize.
Yeah, London is not part of the UK. Go ahead, look it up real quick before we continue because I don't want to continue with a false dialect. You know what I mean? I just want everybody to understand that it's crazy to think it's actually considered a central banking system for the world. The royals have to ask permission to go in. They have no authority over London.
But
It's
it
the
says
only part.
the capital of England and the United Kingdom.
Yep.
is
But
London.
it's not part of the royal United
Ah.
Kingdom.
I don't see why. Well, how is this relevant? Do we need to
Well, he was
verify
talking about
this? I don't know.
imperialism. My part is imperialism
Sure.
is dead. Like kings and queens don't mean nothing. They're a title. Like you know what I mean? Like the Queen of England doesn't run anything.
Yes.
The Parliament runs everything. So imperialism doesn't even exist. So the fact that you use that like
It's
I
wrong.
get that the Saudi Arabia maybe still have the crown prince, and so like what? There's 3 countries that still run. Even Monaco doesn't run off of their crown
You said
royalty.
the parliament runs everything. That's wrong. The capital runs everything, not the parliament.
Oh my. Okay, wait. I'm not interested.
And is the capital not considered the central banking system?
No, the capital is not
So
considered.
London doesn't hold Saudi Arabia's money?
It does, but why is
Yeah,
it's
it
relevant?
does because it's the world's banking system. Why do you think the richest? Do you think the crown prince, who's allowed to unalive journalists, would give their money to another country if it wasn't the central banking system? Don't you think he would have his own bank because he's powerful enough to create a straight line city apparently and spend $10 gazillion on something that's going to sink into the sand?
Yes, probably he would do this, but I mean, the capital has its own mind. The money.
Every country
everything.
gives their money to London. Like, do you not understand that America still pays a royalty to England? We never won the war. We pay a royalty to stay America. We didn't. You think France really came around with their wooden boats and like all of a sudden France, who couldn't beat England before, with a bunch of farmers with pitchforks, with a bunch of slaves who were fighting against them, we're winning against the most powerful naval fleet in the world without saying, whoa, we'll just pay.
Yeah, but
Do you really think that like William Wallace was a real character who fought in the war and killed 83 redcoats by himself because his dad got shot in that movie? Do you really think that's history? Like, my point is do you really think a bunch of pitchfork people like George Washington won the war in an actual fight, or do you think that it was actually smarter for them to say, hey, we're going to be your industrial revolution. If you grant us the right to be our own country, we'll give you all these resources at the end of every year as like, you know, kind of like the mafia gets protection money.
No, I don't think this is true because the Royal
Well, then why
Navy
do we
can't
have to
patrol
check
the
with
whole
England before
Atlantic
we go to
Ocean.
war? Did you know that? We have to check with England before
I don't.
we go to war.
What do you
with
mean we have to
anybody.
check with England before we go to war?
Obama and Bush both had to check with the English prime ministers. That is a noted quotation. Tony Blair had to agree to go into Iraq before Bush would go into Iraq.
Yeah, that makes sense. We're cooperating with our allies. That makes sense, but okay.
Let's go all the way back to what is it? The bar. Oh my goodness, I can't remember what.
The Bretton Woods system, is that what you're...
No, I'm talking about the slave trade right before 1775.
Okay, I'm not interested. I'm not...
Barbary colonies, thank you. We actually, that was what, about 8 years before Francis Drake was deemed the first official privateer by the Queen. We had to actually get permission to do certain things after becoming a country. Why do we have, if we became a country, why do we have to ask permission before we stop certain things? right? That goes in line with we had to wait for England to stop slavery before America stopped slavery. Everything falls in line. England does things, and then we fall in line. Why? Why? That's a continual pattern ever since 1776. In 1775, a person copyrighted a company, which this is unclassified information, a company called the Confederate States of America. Confederate. It wasn't united yet. Okay, so if it was copyrighted to be a company, then how is it a country?
Wait, is it really a company?
What are you on about? This is not relevant. I don't.
It's all relevant when it comes down to the globalist thing, because if America's not even a country, then we're paying royalties to England. We're a.
What do you mean? Like, I'm sure we give some money to England because people engage in trade with England, right? So, like, I mean, like,
we give it to them only from the moment that we technically won our rights, though. We didn't give money. We literally fought them because of taxation without representation, right? And then all of a sudden we agreed to, hey, we're not going to give you taxes. We're not going to pay these stipends to the king and queen anymore. We're not going to do none of that. What we are going to do, though, is we are going to give you some of our resources that technically you wanted. We're going to give you some of those. We're going to build up, whether it's money or an abundance of resources. You want wood for your ships. Do you think England, once you know?
Well, I don't know what you mean by like we agreed to. Like, I think we got our independence and then we started engaging in trade with England, and I think that's a net benefit to both of us. I think we benefit from trade with England. I think England benefits from trade with us.
Right, but if you break it down, England was a power of the world and then started losing power.
I don't disagree with that, but how's that relevant at all?
Well, then how did the Queen still own 1/8 of Earth?
Because they were an imperialist nation. They were colonizing a bunch of countries.
They lost. But that's my point. They lost their power, right? You just said, yes, I agree. They were losing their power. But yet, at the time of her death in 2020, she still owned 1/8
that
of
queen
Earth and was getting royalties from every country from 1/8 of Earth every year. She was getting royalties for them to stay their own independent countries. She could have took Jamaica. She could have made Jamaica England. She could have made like
no.
Yeah.
I think what you're talking about the like Commonwealth of Nations, right? They still have a bunch of former colonies that are part of the Commonwealth of Nations, but this is just
to the tax money. Do you think the tax money goes to the president of Jamaica or the other countries that are owned by England, or do you think the tax money
I don't know. You mean Jamaica? The UK doesn't want Jamaica dollars. The UK uses pounds.
No,
they don't.
No, but they want the resources.
Yeah, but you're saying where does the tax money from who go?
England is smaller than New York City. Do you think
I'm
they
aware.
have enough resources? Isn't it smaller than New York City? Something like the East Coast.
I think it's smaller than New England. I don't think it's smaller than New York City, but it's like about the same size as New England.
My point is at what point do they have enough resources to keep supplying their giant population if it wasn't for the fact that everybody was paying them because they owned everybody?
I mean, the UK engaged in imperialism and colonization in the past, yeah, because they wanted more resources because they were a mercantilist state. In the modern world, they don't have to do that anymore because we have something.
Decline since my point is they're losing more land.
I don't know what you mean by decline. Their GDP has only been going up. Their wages have, well, at least until 2008, it was going up.
Lose all their land, there is no more GDP. Are you not aware?
That's not true. Do you acknowledge that the real GDP of the UK has gone up basically until 2008?
I will agree with that, man. But I also agree that.
Okay, so you realize that's the UK having more resources, right?
By gold can be whatever you claim it to be as. That's why the
real GDP, inflation adjusted.
Yes,
real GDP, it's inflation adjusted.
My point is, bro, he just agreed with me. Hold on, FS just agreed. Any money not backed by gold can be exactly worth whatever the hell the government says.
Yeah, but this is real GDP. It represents how many real resources you can buy.
The only real money in the world right now, as much as I don't agree with it, is bricks. That's the only real money that has value.
They don't even have their currency. Did they even make a new currency yet? I don't even think they have it yet.
I don't agree with any of the countries that have brick as their currency, but brick is the only actual currency that has an actual value behind it.
They don't even have it. They don't have a currency. They didn't make one yet.
Okay, what report did you not read that China bought literally all gold in the world? That's how we got a giant revenue. That's how
Wait,
Biden was able to give
your
3
claim
fucking
was that
stimulus
the
checks.
only real money in the world right now is the
claim. There's
BRICS
no claim.
currency.
This is a
BRICS doesn't
fact.
have a currency. They are
Biden
planning on
sold
making a
all
currency,
of
but BRICS does not
America's
have a
gold.
currency. BRICS
Biden
currency is
sold
less
China
real than our
all
fiat money.
Okay, let me. Well, only because of one thing, because China started fucking putting lead in their gold and selling it to the public, and now that's becoming viral. But before that, let me tell you this: if you look up, Biden sold every gold share that America had to China. Look it up real quick. Tell me if I'm wrong.
This isn't. Do you acknowledge that BRICS doesn't have a currency? Do you acknowledge that BRICS doesn't have a currency?
Are you serious? I'm holding a BRIC currency and a New Hampshire gold paperback in my hand right now.
What is the BRIC? You're holding a BRICS currency. So if I.
Do you even know that America has gold currency? We have gold dollars from New Hampshire called gold paperbacks. It's made out of 1/1000th of gold. Did you know that? Do you even know that about America?
I don't. We don't still make them, do we? I know we have gold reserves, and I know we used to be on the gold standard, but.
New. They're actually just came out 20 and 21. Yeah, no, they're new.
But you acknowledge BRICS doesn't have a currency, right? We're on the same. But they don't have it yet.
I acknowledge facts. I don't acknowledge what I think. I'm looking at what right now. BRICS. If you go by the ounce of gold, BRICS currency is worth 18 times more than the American dollar, the euro, and anything else not backed by gold. 18 times more. Now, granted, now if you can, now if they, no, well, hold on. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. If they come out and find that there's not that much gold. Now, I will give him this because we don't know. We audited, how many times did we audit the National Reserve, and they didn't have as much gold even in our country, even in the 80s, right? So, like, we don't know how much gold there is in the world, right? Like, be honest. Let's be honest. Not three, all three of us, three, we don't know how much gold has been mined and they actually have physical. We've never seen it. We don't know. So I will give you, Jared, that benefit of the doubt. We're going based off what they say how much gold we have. I will give you that one. That is and you didn't even kind of bring that up, but you led me to that with one of the things you said. I will give you that.
Gold in itself doesn't have value either.
No, but gold and silver and bronze will always. It's had value since before Jesus was born. Since before Muhammad was born. Since before everything. So the thing that will never go disappreciate will be gold, silver, and bronze. Ever. Those things will never depreciate.
I mean, like, people can just look this up. My understanding is that BRICS has talked about making a new currency, but they haven't actually done so yet.
No, it's all digital, if I'm not mistaken, right? It's supposedly you buy it, and it's kind of like a crypto fucking coin right now.
If you bought crypto BRICS currency, you probably bought a scam coin, brother.
Yeah, no, Jared, I'm getting it. It's all based off of you, like, it's based off like a fucking highly like praised fucking credit card, right? Like they're saying, here's your money and it's on this card, and
what?
Like, so they could lock it anytime. Like at BRIC,
we have a BRICS credit card.
Physical currency. No, I'm saying I'm agreeing with you. BRIC doesn't have a physical currency. Everything that you technically own in BRIC is through digital, so it's kind of like a fucking crypto. So I will give you that. Until they have an actual physical currency, it's an iffy. But I will still say, it being backed by gold gives it. Now, if America came out and said our money's backed by silver, that would give us more fucking leverage. At least it's something that's going to always be appreciated. We're backed by nothing. We're backed by credit scores. We're backed by the Chinese social credit score.
We're backed by the full faith and credit of the U.S. government and central bank, but
China went. We're going to do what America did. We're going to back our money with gold. Way back when our money was worth shit, and then we're going to do what China does to control our people. We're going to create social credit scores and make monitoring and all this stuff important. That's the problem. No one sees that's what happened. China took what we did in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, and they're going, now we're going to back our money with gold because we saw what America did to become the world power. And we see how China controls their people. We're going to use social credit scores. That's all that happened. Nothing else happened. The same amount of money in the world is fluctuating. The same amount of money is worth the same amount of money. We have people we voted telling us that our dollar's worth less than that. Until we tell that person, go fuck yourself, our dollar's not going to be worth anything. Our dollar's still worth $1. It's us that's sitting here fighting each other based off what our dollar's worth. We should all go to Washington and say, tell us what our fucking dollar's worth, you assholes. We voted you in. You're a social fucking servant. If we don't like what you say, we'll fucking throw you out and vote someone else in. But we won't, because we're weak-ass Americans who stopped caring about America and care about our feelings. We care about our opinions. We care about the clicks and the views more than we care about getting things changed. And then we yell about people at January 6th. People walked for Trump. People are walking for homosexual rights. And they're getting their rights. Guess what we'd do if we actually wanted our money to be worth something? We'd actually fucking stop going to work and march on it. But we don't really care. You know why? Because we're getting paid on the views talking about it.
That's what I'm saying. You need to do a channel strike because all currency are overrated. It's a fucking bubble.
If we really cared, it would take a simple, quiet protest. All Americans saying, I'm going to sit at home for a week and fucking binge Netflix. Go fuck yourself, America. And then the truckers did
okay, I don't...
2 days. Think about this. The truckers did it in 2 days. All demands were met. The fucking shipping ports, only 2 of them did it within the East Coast and the West Coast, and they shut down so much. Within 5 days, all their requests. You don't think that if the regular everyday traffic stopper and the everyday grocery person who made sure you can have your food,
all of this is irrelevant. I let you ramble because I was googling whether BRICS has a currency. I think they have a basket of like other currencies they hold, but I don't think they have their own currency, even a digital one. I think you.
Yeah, that doesn't count like a basket. That's like a basket.
Yeah, I think you.
Eggs, right? Like.
I think you probably bought a fucking scam coin. That's what it sounds like, brother. I don't know. But
hey, at least I only got one. At least I can say it's like a fucking piece of art one day, right? Like maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. But like all of it, like we could have a fiat currency and still engage in globalism and free trade. We could have a gold standard and still engage in globalism and free trade. These don't preclude each other at all. We could debate over whether a gold standard is good or not. I don't really care to debate that right now. I care to debate whether or not we're on a gold standard. Is free trade and globalism good? Is the actual thing I'm focused.
I would say, yes, we're in global trade. So let me stick on your topic. Yes, we're in global trade. Tariffs, what I was saying earlier, because I'm sure that's the whole point. FS got me in there, and then you were kind of, enamored by my comment. Tariffs were literally the way we built all the major universities. MIT was built with tariff money. Like people don't get how much.
I mean, I don't disagree. I don't disagree.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't disagree that we use tariff to raise revenue. I disagree that we should do that today. I also think tariffs have other negative effects that are true today as they were back then. It was just that tariffs were really easy to implement back then, and income tax was not easy to implement back then.
No, and I'll give you that one. I'll give you that argument. That's you're 100% right on that. It was way more easier of a transition. What I will say though is if let's say I don't have a store, right? I'm giving you an example of exactly how tariff works, but in, let's say, layman's terms, right? And this is not for you. This is for anybody else watching. I'm sure you would totally get what I'm saying in the first place. You seem very intelligent. Let's say you have a store. I don't have a store. You have tons of foot traffic. I have really good quality material. I'm willing to take a little bit of a loss because I know my sales will outdo what I cost to make it. Because, I mean, let's be honest, Temu has already proven. Temu will tell you straight up, it costs us $10 to make a pair of Jordans. We won't slap a Jordan symbol on it. We'll sell it to you for $25. So, like, let's stop the bullshit. Temu has made it clear we sell you the same exact shoes that Nike makes, but we don't slap the Nike shoe on it, and we'll sell it to you for $20 instead of $100. So, like, we can already get past this whole, like, name brand, like, uprising stuff. What I will agree with you with is the tariffs may turn off some countries, but the countries that it turns off are only going to be countries who probably can't withstand. Let's say they don't probably already have the best materials to be making stuff. So the only people we want to do business with are people who are making quality goods. So if a tariff turns a company away, it's probably because the only import they had, I guarantee you they didn't have the manpower. We would have to go through so much rigmarole to get it right. Why not just buy from who we know? And because they're selling so much, because
I mean, why wouldn't we just
I'll
allow
break it down in
consumers to make that
layman's terms. I'll break it
choice?
down in layman's terms. When I was a teenager, I did infamous things. If I wanted to sell a large amount, you bought a large amount, I give it to you cheaper. You wanted to buy a small amount, I give it to you for more. So that's the same way tariffs work. All right, if you're going to sell a large amount of things in our country that's taken away from the American dollar, and it's coming back to your country, the same reason we get mad at illegals, because it's not that we're mad at illegals for working. We're mad at illegals when they work and they send their money back to another country and it doesn't stay in America. That's really, if people broke it down, that's really the only reason
Okay,
people
so
get mad at illegals.
so you made so like we made two claims. Like one, a lot of whatever goods are low quality stuff or whatever. Like I guess that's fine, but like I don't.
I can buy a pair of
Sure,
off-brand shoes
I don't
that are
see
better
why
than
we
I
would.
do right now.
I don't see why we would not allow consumers to make that choice. Like consumers are people. I don't see why we need the state intervening to influence these people's choice and make the free market less efficient. Doesn't seem particularly relevant to me. Two, you said that money is leaving our country. That's not how that works. Money can't leave our country. The balance of payments definitionally has to equal zero. Every dollar that is in the trade deficit, as in we buy goods from another country,
all
has
the
to come
people
back
I
via
work with,
either
when they
via
made their paycheck and they was driving to Mexico, because I live in Texas, when they're driving to Mexico and giving their and exchanging it for pesos to give it to their family,
exchanging it exactly.
Or not exchanging it, because in Mexico it's because American dollar is universal and it's usually worth more. So let's say a person comes to America and they make $100 a week. That's like $1,000 a fucking week in Mexico. If a person made $100 American in a week in Mexico, they literally can buy a freaking building, an apartment building.
This isn't. This is not.
No, it's totally
relevant.
It's totally relevant.
No.
When you look at the statistics, and 1.7 million untaxable dollars a day, 1.7 a day. Okay, I'm looking at the IRS's stats. And this is money they have tracked, and they can't do nothing about it. The money that they're also FEMA's giving to the people as well, they're sending it friend to family from PayPal. Do you know what happens when if you send under $16,500 PayPal, you can have 100 different individuals. Anything under.
So it could be the case that the IRS can't track this money and therefore can't tax it, and that's an issue that we should solve.
$1.7 million a day is leaving America that can't be taxed or traced.
It's possible the IRS can't track it and therefore can't tax it. However, the money doesn't leave America. If we buy a good from another country,
it's literally going
nope. Can I explain why that's not true?
Yeah,
by the way, anyone can just look up like balance of payments. Like this is Econ 101 here. But if America buys a good from Mexico, we exchange dollars for pesos, right? So someone in Mexico has dollars. They can't spend those dollars in Mexico. No one in Mexico wants fucking dollars. Either they'll buy a good from America.
Are you serious? Because I bought 1,000 Vicodin for $100 in Mexico with $100.
Okay, I mean, I'm sure there's some drug dealers and illicit activities that will accept it. But
that was at a pharmacy.
Okay, well, at the end of the day, U.S. dollars are spent in. So you buy
U.S. dollars are more profitable there than pesos. They would rather you pay in U.S. dollars than pesos in Mexico.
I'm sure that sounds like an illicit activity. I have not been to Mexico, but this is irrelevant.
No,
when we buy a good from Mexico, someone in Mexico has dollars. Those dollars eventually get back to the U.S. Either the person who has those dollars, wait, can I finish this so I could explain how the balance of payments work? Because you don't understand Econ 101. Basically, I'm not lying. This is anyone can look this up. Balance of payments has to equal zero. Every dollar is a trade deficit.
Tell you he would love your American money.
I understand those dollars.
Right now on this live, a store owner in Mexico, and he would tell you he'll take your American dollars.
Once that store owner has dollars, once that store owner has the dollars,
when they traffic the kids, you think they're taking pesos
once that store, can I finish my fucking? Once the store owner has the dollars, he can do two things with those dollars. Three. He can either buy them or buy an export from America, so the money goes back to America because dollars can be spent in America, or he can buy a financial asset from America, like a stock or a bond, and supply the U.S. government with money or supply a corporation with investment. The third thing he can do is exchange those pesos. He can offload those pesos into someone else who is offload the dollars. He can use pesos to offload the dollars to someone else who then is either going to buy a financial asset or buy an American good. Every dollar that's our trade deficit is just a dollar that comes back to America through investment.
If I owned property in Mexico, I could pay the government in American dollars and they would happily smile and take it.
The Mexican government accepts U.S. dollars as taxes.
They accept it as any form of currency, especially the police when you get pulled over. Go there as a tourist one day.
I'm sure, like with illicit activities, you can fucking bribe police officers in U.S. dollars sometimes. Once that police officer has the dollar, he can do he can do three things with that. One, he can give those dollars to someone else.
Money is a universal currency accepted in 90% of all countries in the world.
We're their world reserve currency, but at the end of the day, the balance of payments has to equal out.
So
this is just.
I can walk into a Ukrainian bar and buy something with American dollar. I can walk into a.
What is that person going to do once they have the dollar?
I can go to Saudi Arabia and use my American money. You just keep saying that they have to trade it in or buy American assets. No, they don't. They can put it in their fucking bank account, and it counts as USD. And if they don't want to convert it, do you not realize that in your wallet on PayPal, I can literally right now in America convert my money and then not be in another country? So like you can have it as anything you want. So they could convert it. They can take their pesos in Mexico.
You understand
most people convert their pesos to American dollars on their accounts.
You understand when you like convert currency, you're not like scribbling over the dollar and like changing it into a peso. What you're doing is you're giving someone your US.
Pretty even these days.
That's great. You're giving someone your U.S. dollar. Now they have the U.S. dollar, and they give you pesos you have. The person who has the U.S. dollar because you exchanged it then can do two things with that U.S. dollar. They either buy a financial asset or they buy a good and service.
Or I can go with the $500 in Mexico and buy a fucking Mustang that costs like $20,000 here. And
the vast majority of
they can do more with $500 there. Do you not? Are you serious? I just wonder how much traveling you did at 19 years old, because you look 19, you don't look like you've even had acne yet. I'm 40. I'm wondering how much traveling you've done and how much experience, because I've traveled to like 7 different countries, and every single one of them, when I tried to convert my money at the bank, told me my American dollar would be accepted way more than theirs, and they advised me not to. So can you tell me why the banks at different countries, and I'll go back and I'll look at my passport to find the countries for you. But why did they tell me, hey, you don't have to. We accept it. And it's worth more than our money. You'll probably get more out of it. You'll get our change back, but you'll get a shit ton. Why did they say that? Why did 7 different countries, and Monaco being one of them, which is one of the richest countries supposedly in the world?
No, I mean, number one, like anyone can just look this up. You're claim about the Mexican government accepting U.S. dollars as tax revenue. I think it's completely.
But I just told you. Okay, so 6 others. It told me at the.
Wait, did you yes or no? Did you claim that Mexico accepts tax dollars as payments or U.S. dollars as tax payments?
I meant any payment, but I
wait,
did
but
say the word
okay,
tax.
so does Mexico
any payment?
Does Mexico accept U.S. dollars as valid for paying taxes there?
I was meaning any payment, but I would have included that. But yes, I did refer to just taxes.
So, yes or no, do you think Mexico accepts U.S. dollars as a form of tax payment there?
I think if you owed Mexico 1,000 pesos and you show it with $1,000, they'd smile at you and take it.
Okay, this does not seem to be true. I can't find any evidence for this online. Mexico seems to only accept pesos.
Any evidence that says it doesn't? I can't either.
I mean,
so like, if we both look for only what we want to look for, Democrat, then we can find what we want to.
I mean, just Google, does the Mexican government accept U.S. dollars as taxes?
You're doing the fucking Democrat thing. You're saying that you can't find my proof, but you also can't find your proof.
You're the
black woman who had slave owner grandparents. Quit being her.
You're the one making the claim, so the burden of proof is on you. And 2, I have to prove a negative here. It's way harder to prove a negative.
Now. Can we add another window? I will call a Mexican store owner right now.
Mm-hmm.
That
makes it. Wait, I'm talking about taxes right now, dude. I don't fucking care about the store owner, dude.
I'm talking about currency. I'm talking about someone who would know better than all of us.
Right. Wait, I mean, if he can tell me how to balance it,
talk to an actual Mexican representative,
if he wants to come on, that's fine. I don't anyone can come on. Yeah, that's fine. But like, this is the balance of payments. It has to equal 0.
If that's fine. If you can't prove it and it says no and stuff, but if you can't prove that it's not, I still hold that. because I feel like
Wait,
it's
what?
universal.
Wait, do you think that there's a teapot orbiting? Do you think there's a teapot
What's the
so
word
small that we
for
can't?
You said
Can you- wait.
America's payment is what? Universal what though? You said it's universal what?
What? You don't. Wait,
Well, we
hold
were
on.
talking-
I'll get to
we
that
were
in a
talking
second.
about-
Wait, do
we
you
were talking
believe?
about
Do you
American money
believe?
being
Do you
Go ahead.
believe that there's a teapot orbiting so small and moving so fast that we can't see it, orbiting between Earth and Mars? Do you believe that?
Hell no.
But we can't prove that it's not there. So why don't you hold it? Your position
Yeah,
is that I
man.
can't.
I can fucking send a dude in a Red Bull fucking balloon to fucking go up there again.
Have we done that? We haven't done that.
Yeah.
And
we
again,
done
I said
once.
it's so
Fucking
small.
Our Baumgartner fucking went up to the fucking.
Was he
stratosphere
looking
and
for a
jumped down
teapot? He was not
parachute.
looking. He was not looking for a teapot. And two, I
could.
literally said.
No, but we can send one to do it. Why can't we send one with a direct mission?
I mean, one, I literally said it's moving. It's moving so fast and so small that we can't see
You know
it.
how many people are on the globe? Listen, if we wanted to, we could do whatever the fuck we wanted to on this globe. There's enough people to fucking wrap the globe with people and launch these bitches at the same time with balloons and look for whatever the fuck we want. What are you talking about? We can't. What are you fucking talking about, Democrat? We can't. We can't. We can't. I thought y'all was the party of we can.
Okay.
What's your fake ass?
This is a metaphor used to. It's called Russell's teapot, used to explain how the burden of proof works.
Democrats. They're all fucking pro-choice, kill a baby type motherfuckers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, pro-choice is good, but Democrat is not.
Yeah, fuck pro-choice.
Okay.
No. Long live pro-choice.
Yeah.
You
You're
understand?
definitely not Muslim.
No, I'm not Muslim.
Yeah.
Okay. Considering we have not tested to see if there's a teapot so small and moving so fast that we can't see it orbiting between Earth and Mars. Considering we have not done tests to see if it's there or not, should we say that it is there, or should we say that it's not there, or should we say we have no evidence that it's there and therefore it's unlikely that it's there?
We should test for it before we fucking make opinions.
Okay, great. So, considering neither of us know, apparently, whether or not Mexico accepts the U.S. dollar as
Real
payment
quick,
for...
with the fact that I've been to Mexico and I've bought things and then
Did
I'm
you
telling
pay
that I know
taxes in
stores-
Mexico in U.S. dollars?
God.
You're not
Oh
a
my
Mexican
God,
citizen.
tax-
You don't pay...
America being a universal currency means that it's accepted.
We're the
everywhere.
world
You
reserve
can use
currency.
it for
That's just...
anything. So yeah, you can
No,
pay
that's not...
taxes
No,
with it
no,
anywhere.
no. I can't go to...
Actually, hold on, my
No,
girlfriend lives in
no,
Edinburgh,
nope,
Scotland.
nope,
Babe,
nope.
are you here right now? Can you talk out loud real quick? Are you here in the Discord with me? Babe,
Your girlfriend cannot
live in
pay her
Edinburgh,
Scottish
Scotland.
taxes in U.S.
now,
dollars.
if I
She
send
can...
her American money, she can choose not to convert it. She can convert it, but her money's worth more.
Well, if she converts it, then she could pay her taxes because she's making it into
Well,
pesos.
it would be stupid for her to convert it because the euro's worth more because it's literally made out of fucking silver. The thing I was saying earlier.
The euro
why they
is
call it
is
a
a
pound. It's a
wait. The
pound of
euro
silver.
the euro is a fiat currency too, just so you know.
Do you
But
not get
okay.
it? Then when they
Welcome,
say a
Esco.
pound, they say a pound of silver. You get it, right? It's not a pound of fucking dollars.
Do you then wait? Yes or no? Is the euro a fiat currency?
It's a actual real metal. It's
Wait,
not
yes
fiat.
or no? Is the euro a fiat currency?
No, it's just as important in gold as gold.
Okay, so if I Google is the euro a fiat currency, and the first thing that comes up, Investopedia, the US dollar, the euro, the British pound, the Japanese yen, and a bunch of other things are all examples of fiat money. So you're just wrong on that, right? No one believes that the
What's the definition of fiat money?
not backed by gold, not backed by any commodity.
So the fact that their money is made out of silver, it's not backed by silver?
I don't know. It's not made out of silver. It's not backed by. It's a fiat currency. They can print as much as it.
A pound in England is a pound of silver. You fucking moron. That's why they call it
No,
a pound.
you're or what?
No. And pound is not a euro.
Yeah, these are
I
what the
didn't say
pounds.
a euro.
Well, I did ask about a euro,
I'm
but we've been talking about
pence
both.
and shit. I'm talking about pence.
Yeah, no.
And
Okay, so let's
you're
Google.
talking about
Is
EU
the
fucking-
British
Yeah, you're talking about EU shit. Fuck EU. I'm talking about the actual money system that's not centralized. The pence,
Mm-hmm.
this and that. Yeah, that stuff.
Yeah,
pound,
it's
the
the British pound is a fiat currency.
The
I
Scottish
hate to
still
break it
use
to you.
pounds.
I don't.
Scottish still use pounds because she
I'm
gets paid in
aware.
pounds.
I'm aware. It's a fiat currency.
So a pound of silver is that's what
Nope,
it's
that's
worth
not what
when they
fiat
get it.
means. Nope.
No, I'm talking about, but they call their currency a pound of currency. So what are they talking about? A pound of shit?
That might be that. I mean, I think they used to be on the gold standard. They used to
No, they were
do
never on
that.
a gold standard. They were on a silver standard.
Or silver standard. They used to be. They used to not be a fiat currency, I would imagine, and they probably just kept the name. But this is a fiat currency. Like, anyone could just Google, "Is the British pound a fiat currency?" and the answer is yes. You just don't know what you're talking about.
No, when did they stop using silver as the actual currency?
I don't know when exactly they suspended it, but I know during World War II.
Fiat, that has to be confirmed.
What? I know it is currently a fiat currency. I'm not sure when exactly they switched over.
I mean, here, look. I don't want to go. I don't want to go all like what is it nuance on you. But if we're going based off everything the internet says, then only women can have babies. So like, let's not do that, right? Let's not, because internet can tell you only what you're. If you search for only what you're looking for, you're gonna find it, right?
Okay, so anyone at home, anyone watching this stream can just Google, is the British pound a fiat currency? The answer is yes.
And also,
Do you think they're lying? Do you think they're lying? How conspiratorial are you? Do you think the British pound is secretly not a fiat currency and there's a grand conspiracy to lie about it?
Alexa, but ask your Alexa, ask Siri, ask fucking Konnichiwa in fucking Japan if Google has a government contract.
That's totally irrelevant to the point I'm making.
If you don't believe the government, why would you? If you don't believe the government, why would you believe Google? Is my point.
Do you think just because
said something else?
Well, Google's a search engine. It doesn't even give you answers. It just provides you links to websites that have answers. Some of those websites are ones that haven't.
Right, and Mark Zuckerberg didn't build a bunker right where those fucking Hawaii fires are.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, wait. I'm just.
My point is, America is fully evil. Fucking English is a fucking satanic language. If you look it up, like it's full evil. Like my point is,
Wait, now, if you raise your hand if you can hear me.
I can hear you, Sample.
English was spoken 1,000 years in Germania and occult.
Oh, damn.
What, you can't hear us? Sample text?
Yeah, he can't hear us, but we can hear him at least.
Oh, he left. Coldplay, you're saying English is a satanic language.
Wait, I just want real quick. I know the UK was on a gold standard and then suspended it and then tried to get back on it and then presumably they suspended it again because I read a little bit of the economic consequences of Mr. Churchill, which is an essay from Keynes, and they suspended the gold standard during World War II, and then Winston Churchill tried to get back onto the gold standard, and Keynes did not like that they were trying to do that. And presumably I know after that they suspended the gold standard. But here's just the UK does quantitative easing, right? Like quantitative easing is way harder if you're on a fucking gold standard. I would imagine Also, eco services. If you want to say something, you can too. You've been muted. If you don't want to intrude. Yeah.
Jared, are you? Oh, what's up, man? Jared, are you gay?
No.
Oh. The way you talk and the way you look like a fucking idiot, and you're wrong.
Oh, okay. What am I wrong about? What did I say that was wrong?
Yeah, the cold, bro. You're primal and your T is fucking high, bro. You're right.
Wait, what did I say that was wrong?
What can you say about me, Esco?
You sound like a fucking idiot. Go on mute, buddy.
You looking for beef, man? You wanna fuck me?
Whoa, bro. I think.
Whoa.
I think you do, Jared. Fucking
yeah, definitely.
Fucking redneck man from America.
Well, I'm not.
I'm the fucking Esco. Blah blah blah. Ha ha.
I'm a fucking gangster, buddy. Okay.
What am I wrong about though? I'm just curious what I'm wrong about.
The cold plague is right and you're wrong, Jared. You look a fucking idiot, buddy.
Is he right about the UK having a? I mean, I did, but that's not what I'm here to talk to. Okay.
Your testosterone is low, buddy.
Wait, who do you think is right? Talking about whether the UK has a fiat currency or not. Do you think I'm right?
You're a bitch boy. You're a bitch mate.
Wait, can you guys answer the question? Do you think I'm? Do you think?
Real shit, cut. Real shit.
Well, do you think the UK has a fiat currency or no?
You bitch made on phone them. Fuck.
You're a little kid of 15 years who thinks he's cool.
Real shit, real talk, you fucking bitch. Bruh, are you dumb?
But I guess like what what am I?
So can you define GDP? The whole equation.
The government is
Yeah, define
wrong
GDP.
with Google. Google's not a good source 100% of the time.
Did I claim that Google was a good source 100%?
The whole equation of GDP.
Because Google isn't right all the time. You know, Google is owned by Jewish people that are in power, that are evil.
Do they give misleading a misleading GDP equation or?
I don't know, but I know some things they lie about.
I know GDP.
I mean, Google doesn't even give you answers. Google just gives you.
Do you know the Jewish that own the Google?
No, we're not talking about this. I'm not interested in talking about the Jews who own
but
Google.
You're just wrong. You voted for Kamala Harris, and the cold plague is literally demolishing you.
Wait, what am I wrong about? What is a claim that I made that I'm wrong about?
You said that you were talking about something about the England, like the gold standard. Like it's a ton of bullshit. Like I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you think that the UK has a fiat? Do you wait? Answer this. Answer this. Do you think the UK has a fiat currency?
Has a what?
Fiat currency.
I don't know.
Okay. So then how do you think
can you answer
that
this
he's
question?
demolishing me if you don't even have a position on the claim that's being made? How do you think I'm wrong if you don't know?
Can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
Did your mom raise you to be this much of a bitch?
I think you're the one being the bitch here. You're kind of like weaseling out of the like question I'm asking. Like you don't have any strong positions.
Smile.
And why?
Esco, do you support
really quick.
capitalism or socialism?
You was asking me?
You a
No,
bitch.
Esco.
Oh, Esco.
What you want, FS?
Do you support capitalism or communism?
I support whatever Trump is with. That's why I voted for him.
So he supports capitalism, and this is what makes Google strong. So you support Google.
No, I support what Trump is for.
Yes, you do. You just
You
said
act like
that.
Google's the
You're
only
for
search engine. You act like Google's the only search engine in the world. That's how.
I mean, we can go to DuckDuckGo too and search. Does the UK have a fiat currency? It'll say the same thing.
Every fucking company is fucking.
But we won't
evil,
ask no
not
one that
just
lives
evil.
there. That's
They
like
don't-
the Democrats getting mad when they're like, "How did Kamala lose?" And it's like, well, 80% of Americans voted for Trump, and it's like, well, we don't understand. But it's like y'all won't listen to 80% of the Americans saying that the economy's fucked.
Whatever the people in the UK think about their currency is not relevant to whether they were fiat currency. I don't know if 50% of people in the UK could even define what a fiat currency
People who
is.
live in their country don't know what the fuck they're talking about. You're right. So we shouldn't be talking about
Do
ours
you-
then, right?
What I'm saying is we're making a claim. You know, I'm saying the UK has a fiat currency. Whether or not people in the UK believe they have a fiat currency is not relevant to whether that claim is true. Everyone in the UK could believe that they don't have a fiat currency, but nonetheless they still could have a fiat currency. These don't preclude each other at all. I also don't think most of the people in the UK are I would say like 40% of the people in the UK, at least, probably could not define what a fiat currency is. So
Okay, so then what's your argument with the currency then? Like, I get it. I get it.
my argument is you made a claim that the UK.
I get my argument. No, I totally and I get your dispute against it. So I would like to ask your full point. You with the debate on the globalists. What is your full exact point on the currency then? So that way, because I have to be fair, I also caught in partial conversation, so I don't even know where you fully lie on what your belief on the full currency is. So it might help my opinion if I knew your full belief on how you feel about the globalist status.
I was just refuting your claim.
I was just trying to tell you from the parts that I knew from what I heard, but I could also be, speaking a little ahead of myself depending on what you said before I joined. So I do want to give you that I don't even know your stance. Like, are you like? I don't even know if you're.
Well, I was just refuting the claim that you made. I don't.
Right.
I could be in favor of the gold standard or not being favored a gold standard is not relevant here because I believe whether or not we're on a gold standard or not on a gold standard, it is.
Okay. Okay. So
You're you brushing your teeth, Jared. You stinky bitch.
Nice one, bro. It's irrelevant to, if we're on a gold standard or not on a gold standard, as if free trade is a net benefit. I believe free trade and lowering trade barriers is a net benefit, whether or not we're on the gold standard, whether or not the gold standard is beneficial. Also, welcome, Lele, or Lili, whatever.
Gold also doesn't have absolute value. Only work has absolute value. So if you don't go to work, gold is also worthless.
What's your guys' go-to Taco Bell order?
That's ridiculous, because I can get welfare easy.
I don't have Taco Bell in my country.
What about like Subway?
Subway, I just ordered. I haven't been there for a long time.
Do you have the ability to Uber a dog walker in your country?
No, I don't know.
Oh yeah, you don't have a free country, so you probably shouldn't be butting in here.
I don't have a dog.
You don't have a country that has half of our fucking our luxuries. So like at some point you need to wait until your country gets to our point before you have an input. Like okay, so go get running water, be able to flush your toilet, and then you have an input. Hey, atheist boy, go look in your window mirror. Go look in your, turn your cell phone off, look in that, use it as your mirror as you have to do every day since you don't have glass in your house because your country hasn't developed it yet. And then tell me how bad we have it in America. Because I can look at myself in like 18 different, I have 13 TVs in my bedroom.
Bro.
That's fucking crazy.
It is crazy because I have that many different streams. I have that many different streams that Fortnite pays me. I have a skin. My plague skin is in Fortnite. I have all kinds of shit.
You have 13 TVs though?
Buddy, you have
Joe
200
Biden,
followers.
That's America great.
I have never, I got famous on fucking Fortnite without ever using social media. I just got on this shit because Andrew Wilson, my mentor, told me to come fucking demolish Democrats.
I don't know what that means, but
you're delusional as fuck.
I'm about to get a low taper fade. What if ninja?
Nice one, bro.
Yeah, kick him out of here.
I don't know.
Delusional ASF. My country is more rich than USA.
No, you're not.
I hate capitalism. Anyway, so why do you even say this shit?
Bro, your breath stinks, stinky bitch. Go brush it. I know you can't brush your teeth like this. You don't got no luxury to.
Got a fat cock in
my country.
I feel like Trump shouldn't give stimulus checks to the people who are against
my ass.
Oh my god.
Trump should only give stimulus checks to the people who voted for him. Fuck.
True.
Democrats.
Well, I guess like how do you feel about Trump saying that he's going to enact 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico?
Good. That's where all the
Why is that good?
That's where the 9/11 terrorists came from, was Canada.
How do tariffs do that? How do tariffs help with terrorists?
Well, Justin Trudeau's a racist ass blackface wearing motherfucker, so fucking.
Wait, how is that relevant at all?
Because he's racist, right? And you like criticize.
That's not. He could be.
No,
I don't care. I don't care about this at all.
With no Canadians allowed in America, get out of here. Blame Canada. South Park was right.
Wait, is your position? Tariffs don't have to do with immigration.
My position is the only reason that everybody has freedom is America, and that y'all should all pay us a fucking tax to be your own countries. Because if it wasn't for America coming in and solving all of your country's problems, you wouldn't have any governments. You would have warlords. So guess what?
How does this make it? How does this benefit? How does it benefit us to have tariffs?
America should tariff everybody, and we should make sure all Muslims have to file as sex offenders for marrying 9-year-olds.
So how does this benefit us? How does it benefit us to have tariffs?
That's not racist. It's in your fucking book.
Wait, I don't care. How does it benefit us to have tariffs? How does it benefit us to have tariffs? Please answer.
We should tariff every country because if it wasn't
how does that benefit us?
America, every country wouldn't be as good as they are.
How does that benefit us?
Country wouldn't be as free as they are.
How does that benefit Americans? How does that benefit Americans? How does that benefit Americans?
America's the only country that forces other places
how
to do good things.
Do tariffs benefit Americans? Tell me.
Because it stops income tax.
Yeah, I mean, I don't believe.
If we tariff every country, no American pays income tax on their checks and they get their full check.
No. Nope.
Benefits us, dumbass. Yeah.
No,
yeah.
that's very
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah. As much as y'all only want to stop on Project 25, Project 25.
Wait, I don't care about project. No. Okay. Are you familiar with the Laffer curve? 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 I don't care. I don't. Project 2025 is completely irrelevant. Okay.
Okay, so no income tax. How does that not benefit? Listen,
tariffs can't raise as much revenue as income tax, and also income tax is progressive, and tariffs are regressive.
No, you're right. It raises 7 times more because it literally based off of what it was the last time. The last times tariffs were approved before the fucking state income tax. Yeah, if you go based off of the dollar back, what it was worth back then, we raised almost $7.3 trillion based on today's value on the very last 4 years of tariffs that we did before income tax was included. So, dumb fuck.
Are you familiar with the Laffer curve?
Do you know that was 1/4 of the world's fucking full economy that we claimed? That's how we became a world power.
Are you familiar with what the Laffer curve is?
I'm very familiar. I'm a fucking major in fucking history. I'm very familiar with everything you think you're talking about.
Okay, great.
That's how I
So we would agree that there's a.
No, where you went to college, man.
So there's essentially the Laffer curve.
7 different colleges. Which one?
Wait, can you guys just let me?
On the first day.
You can go to multiple colleges. So yeah, I went to 7 different fucking colleges, homeboy. Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, so there's a
I professed in 1 and I took classes in 6. So yeah, I went
the way taxes work, they raise revenue, but they also reduce economic activity. At some point, if you tax something so high, you reduce economic activity to the extent that cutting taxes would actually raise revenue, because you're reducing economic activity so much that if you just didn't have taxes that high, there'd be more economic activity for you to tax. The revenue maximizing point in tariffs is probably about 40 to 50%. If you tariffed everything at 1,000%, people would just stop buying imports altogether, and the tax would raise no revenue. So there's a revenue maximizing point in tariffs. It's probably about 40 to 50%. That would only raise about $500 billion, not the $2.2 trillion that income tax raises. Secondly, income tax is a progressive tax. If you don't make much, wait.
The first point.
Okay,
the first point was
sure.
good. Let me hit the first point. You have a good I'm sure you have a good second point. The first point was a good point. Let me hit on this quick. You are right.
All right.
It would stop the buying of foreign goods. How's that hurt Americans? They buy American goods.
Well, your claim was that income tax or tariffs would allow us to get rid of income tax.
My claim was it would help America. It would stop income tax.
Because we got rid of income tax. If we're tariffs or taxes on imports, if we're not importing anything, there's nothing to tax.
Okay, well, let me finish. Because we got rid of income tax. If people were buying more, let's say the prices stayed the same. They're high, right? But there's no more income tax. You can afford the high prices, dumbass, and you can afford to buy only American-made products, which keeps money in America, which guess what? Within 2 years, do you not know how the tax code works? They reset it every 2 years. So if the GDP goes up, then they lower the tax bracket for everybody every 2 years, you fucking dumb cunts. Every 2 years, they have to go to Congress and fucking go, hey, the GDP went up. Everybody's making this per year. Annually, this is what the fucking average household is making. So we have to make this tax bracket down 1.7%. This tax bracket down 1. Shut the fuck up, Muslim atheist. We have to fucking.
Oh my god, dude.
Shut the fuck up.
Just finish your point. Just finish your point. Just finish your point. Oh my god.
Where you live by doxing, I will come to your house and fuck your mom.
Very low IQ.
True. Okay. Wait. So you would agree if we don't import anything, there's nothing to tax because there's no imports, so we can't raise money from tariffs.
Would be able to buy more. Yes, I agree with half.
Okay, wait. So we agree. Premise 1 there. Okay.
Do we agree a tariff is bad for American consumers, right? Because now they.
Wait. I don't want to get there yet because his initial.
No. That's where I'm getting into it. It would actually be good for the consumer in the end. For the first 2 years. Well, let me finish. For the first 2 years, it would suck dick. It would. I'm not lying. It would suck dick. We'd be like, this is fucking bullshit. I'm not lying. But after 2 years, they see the GDP, they see the average pay. They do adjust it every 2 years. It's not every presidential. When do you think they? Hold on. So that's my point.
Okay, wait. We will address this, but like.
Here's a question. I want to be respectful. Yeah, let's listen.
I debated tariffs so much. I know what you're saying. You're saying, well, it will be more expensive to consumers, but it props up American industry, and now GDP will grow. Okay, I get that. Do you think
After
if you
2
look
years,
at-
it would start being cheap.
Okay, I get what you said. Let me finish. I let you finish. So,
Go ahead.
do you think that if we looked at the data, like let's say we had a study going over, I don't know, 150 countries in over 50 years. I'm just making some big numbers up, okay? If we had a study, let me finish. If you had a study going over 150 countries in over 50 years, do you think it will find that like tariffs reduce growth, reduce employment, reduce wages, reduce exports? Do you think it will find that?
Well, I wouldn't want to do it for that long. Like, again, this is something that will be new to us, right? Like, new to this. Now listen.
They're not
Because I'm kind of agreeing with you here. Well, no, here, I'm kind of agreeing with you. I'm kind of agreeing with you.
I understand what you're saying. Let me finish. So let's say the study looked at over the medium term, not the long, like a
20-year period.
Let me finish, bro. This data comes from 50 years, but they look over the medium term. Would that be debunking your argument?
If it fucked it up, then yeah.
Okay.
Oh, great. So the IMF did this exact study, 151 countries from 1963 to 2014.
Wait, I need you to understand this. We have that study. There is a study going over 150 countries, over 50 years of data, looking at the medium term. They find the tariffs reduce productivity, reduce growth, reduce employment, increase wages, increase prices.
All right, I have one combatant argument to that. What countries
you have no argument.
I haven't. Well, can I make it real quick?
Yeah, make it real quick.
Which of those countries have over 100 million people as their workers?
How's that relevant?
In that study, dog.
Okay, when's the last time those tariffs were included? Way back when, right?
The study goes
from 1963 to 2014.
1960 to 1914, yeah.
We haven't. Okay.
2014.
You're talking
2014,
about partial
yeah.
tariffs. You're talking about partial tariffs. I'm talking about full.
Look.
No
economist
look.
agrees with
I'm
you.
talking
Here's
about
the question.
tariff every
Here's the
fucking
question.
country.
Here's the question. Why would American industry be propped up and not like Mexican industry? Let's say you tariff China, now the companies move to Mexico, not to the United States.
I haven't actual. All right. How many countries depend on America to pay for their climate and for their military stuff? How many?
Not many,
and
not
answer
many.
no,
This
real
is
quick.
not
This
effective.
this is
This is not
actually
effective.
going on, and if you don't answer it, I can't make my argument. But I'm trying to make it, and I can with this argument. So how many countries depend on America for military force and for goods? I'm not talking about selling. I'm talking about giving them. I'm talking about aid. How many countries?
Yeah, foreign aid.
Okay,
I know what
so
you're talking
how
about.
many of those countries
Let
do you
me
think are
finish.
really going to
I'm
stop
just saying.
buying from us if we have tariffs?
Big. Like, what do you think?
Okay.
No.
No. My point is. GDP
is giving us.
No. Without America, the world don't exist. That's what people don't get. Without America, the world goes into World War.
Tariff people. It doesn't.
It does.
That doesn't. Yeah, I fail to see how that makes having tariffs a net benefit. So I ask
you're
again.
The only person that may choose.
You get to yap for 3 minutes on end, but I don't
Go
get
ahead.
to say a single sentence.
No, go ahead.
Thank you. So I agree. The world depends on America. America is an exporter of culture,
So they
exporter
pay
of
for
goods. It's good. Of services, not goods. But that's good. I think that's good. What free trade does, it doesn't harm the U.S. It helps U.S. citizens. When you tariff other countries, you hurt U.S. citizens because now they cannot get better stuff from abroad. Right?
Okay.
It doesn't prop up industry. Industry is not helped by tariffs. Here's an example. Let's say we have a retarded president and he does a tariff on steel. Okay?
You can't say that word on TikTok, Stample.
Regarded. He's very well regarded.
Regarded, yeah, exactly. Yep.
He does a tariff on steel. Now,
Americans can't make steel.
That has nothing to do with the claim.
Well, now when you're a fucking idiot.
Let me finish. So we have a well-regarded president.
Now when you're being a fucking moron.
I'm not being.
He hasn't even. He's barely made a claim.
You fucking are calling Americans dumb. We had the biggest steel. We were the steel importer for a long time.
Can he finish his point? Can he finish his point? Let him finish his point. Just let him finish his point.
Democrat baby killer. I'm talking. I'm saying we were the biggest steel importer before your fucking people.
We're not disputing that. We're not disputing that.
Yeah, but we ain't now because of your fucking piece of shit Democrats. We can be again, and people will pay us for the steel.
Let me finish what I said.
Tariffs make other countries buy from us and not us buy from other countries. That's the whole point. I'm not gonna let you finish because you're a moron. I'm not gonna let you finish. Shut the fuck up.
You gotta let him finish, dude. Come on.
Baby killer, run up on me. I'm not scared of a baby killer. I'll fucking put you in the ground. I'll fucking murder you. I'll fuck you up.
Ooh, not fun. Are you?
I don't give a fuck. Here, hold on. Give me 8 seconds. I'll fucking find out your location. Hold on. I'll find out your location. It's cool.
This is horrible.
Shit.
I think that's TOS not fun. I think that's TOS.
This is. Oh, he's gone. Oh well, fuck. Well,
What?
Dude, he wouldn't answer. He didn't even. I wanted to go down the like. I know. I wanted to make him realize like he's like contradicting himself because he's like, well, you know, we could use tariffs to get rid of income tax because we you know we'd raise a ton of revenue, and he's like simultaneously saying, well, all the tariffs are going to bring manufacturing back, and we're not going to have to import anything anymore. And it's like, well, we're not importing anything. Like,
I also wanted to ask him, like, if you think it's bad to import, why do you buy stuff from China?
Yeah.
Like when you go to the grocery store, you can just flip the commodity, like flip the, I don't know, let's say you buy whatever the fuck, you buy popcorn, you can flip it and you see, oh, made in China, you don't buy it. It's like easy. It's like, I don't know.
And you can do the like the reductio from the what's wrong with protectionism, like the, you know, if the U.S. like if we bought like imports and like, you know, we sail the ships to Britain. And the exports got there, but the ship sank on the way back with their imports on them. Like, do we benefit from this? Like, no, obviously not. Like, we didn't get any resources, but they got our resources.
Yep. No, I agree. Very dumb people. Like, that's why these people don't know anything. Like, where's the Marxist guy? Why did he leave? I'm here now. We can debate it.
I kicked them just because they were screaming at each other and it was not productive at all. I don't know why I expected it to be there. I shouldn't expect anything to be productive here at all. But
oh no, it's not productive. But you should be as rhetorical on TikTok, not so simple. Okay, don't be so simple. Like you cannot. It's good if you can, but you can't. You can't. It's good if you can.
Typical lib saying truth equals kicked. True.
That's right. Well, I have a lecture in like 4 minutes. I might dip. Oh, he's back. Okay. Yeah. So let's not talk over each other a lot. You asked me what GDP is, right? Is he there? Hello?
Hello, yes.
Yeah, what do you want to ask me? You asked me what's GDP?
Yes, can you define the whole equation of GDP?
Yeah, it's C plus I plus G minus X plus minus M plus X.
Wrong.
That's definitely right.
You forgot plus import minus export.
That's M and X.
Plus X minus M. I said, yeah, X means exports. That's why it's X.
No, E means export.
X means export. I can open a macro textbook right now. Do you want me to? Do you want me to? I can open
you know how to write export? E, X, P,
Let's look up.
O,
Yeah.
R, T.
Let's look at. Yeah, let me open a macro textbook right now. Right here. Right now. Here we go. Macroeconomics textbook. Not an ideological thing. It's the go-to textbook for macroeconomics, right? By Gregory Mankiw. And let's look up. GDP.
Bruh, I just asked you this because you always ask this. So
yeah,
I'm
and I defined it right.
Wow, so
true.
Good. You can memorize a formula.
I did.
Wow, huge kudos for this. But
yeah, you could.
I mean, like.
Dog, look. Wait, here's a question. Do you believe in evolution?
Evolution, yes, of course.
Yeah. If someone came to you and like started denying evolution, but you asked them, oh, you have very strong positions on biology, can you define what an enzyme is? Because that's pretty basic in biology. You learned this in like lesson 2 in Bio 101. So can you define an enzyme? And they were like, and they completely shut the bed. They could not like define it at all. Would you take that person seriously?
But you don't need to know the fucking formula.
Answer my question. If someone was a creationist, had very strong positions on biology, and could not define an enzyme, would you take that person seriously?
Depends, because enzymes are not really important for the whole evolution. They are important, but you don't need to know what an enzyme is to understand the concept of evolution.
No, of course they are. If you don't know Bio 101, of course enzymes are. What?
Yes, but you don't need to know what an enzyme is to understand the concept of evolution.
Yeah, but if you have strong, of course, right? But if you have strong positions on biology and you don't know the basics of biology, then you're silly. It doesn't mean you're wrong. It means you're not serious. You're not a serious person.
No, that's not true. And also, you don't need to memorize
the
absolutely
true.
Formula of GDP.
If someone had a strong position on World War II and could not define to me what happened in World War I would not take that person super seriously. It's just not. You don't.
That's something different.
What?
Than memorizing a formula. You could ask,
It's
what's the
not
definition of
memorizing a
GDP
formula.
or
It's like
something?
knowing the basics. Like you take macro, that's like the first lesson they define it.
Yeah, but not everybody does fucking.
I agree,
capitalism
and
studies.
therefore I agree. Therefore, you should not have a strong opinion on it, right? Like it's fine to not.
What?
I don't think everyone needs to like take macro. I don't
Did
think
you
that.
ever heard
But
of
if
the
you,
First Amendment of the Constitution of the United States?
yeah, I did.
Okay, what is it?
The you know separation of church and state and free speech.
Yes, free speech. And so it doesn't say you need to know everything to have free speech.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I didn't say you should be put in jail. I said you're not.
He just said, yeah, we shouldn't take you seriously, which is true. Like,
But this is very racist. So you're saying?
it's not racist. Also, welcome, Truala. What are you here for?
Uh-oh.
So you're saying somebody who doesn't know everything shouldn't be allowed to vote?
Nope. I'm saying someone
No.
who doesn't know the basics of a subject should not be taken seriously on that subject.
Yeah, and most people don't know the basics about politics, so they shouldn't
Yeah,
be
most
allowed.
people should not be taken
shouldn't be
seriously
taken
about politics. Yes, most people should not be taken seriously about politics. If someone is
So
like,
they shouldn't
if
be
someone
allowed
is
to
like,
vote.
I think senators should actually, you know, be, I don't know, whatever, wear the flag every time they go take a speech. They need to wear the flag like a cape, and they don't know the three branches of government. I don't think they should be taken seriously.
Yeah, a senator, but not a vote. A voter needs to be taken seriously.
Silly
because they
person,
vote.
you're silly.
Your
I
whole
just told you.
argument is
I
silly.
think if someone is like doesn't know the basics of a subject, he should not be taken seriously on that subject. I think that's very reasonable.
It's not even the basics to know a fucking formula by heart.
Of course, it's not even
No.
by like you could. Okay, what do you think GDP expresses?
GDP expresses
Yeah, what do you think it measures?
how much money you have in the country,
No.
or how much value, or whatever. Not money, but fucking value.
Kinda.
It's the sum value of commodities. It's the net income. Like the net income of people in the economy, or gross
Wow. Okay, net income.
growth.
Yeah, GDP is equal to net income.
Growth. Yep. Like you learn this again. It's very basic. I'm not saying you're automatically wrong. I'm not saying you should be put in jail for being like very stupid and obviously so. I'm just saying you're very stupid and obviously so.
Yes,
Net productivity, not income. The YouTube chatter just said that. That's not true, but okay.
Also, you could not define Marx's own like stuff, right? You said you've read all of Marx.
Yes, I did read all of Marx.
You didn't. You did not, dog. Okay.
Yes, I did.
Can you define the Can you define the
And you
law of
still
value
owe me
now?
100
After like 2 weeks. Okay.
Yeah,
2
can you
weeks
define the
can you
law of
define
value?
the law of value now?
What?
The law of value.
The law of value, yes.
What is it?
What the fuck was that, man?
Dog. Hello. What is
Yes,
it?
hello.
Yeah. What is the law of value?
I already told you.
No, you didn't.
Well, the answer that you gave previously, like 2 weeks ago, was incorrect. So we're giving you a chance here to, like,
No, wait. Sorry.
give-
Why are we going to the law of value? You said the rate of profit goes up.
No.
We
have the video. You didn't say that.
Live stream. Yeah, we have the video. We have you in 4K, like live stream, saying obviously the rate of profit goes up.
Yes, up. If you turn around the graph.
Oh, you just flip it.
Yes, that's what I meant.
Oh, so I've gained brain cells from talking to you.
Yes.
I agree.
Should be obvious.
Yeah, this guy knows. This guy knows.
Everybody knows the tendency of the rate of profit to fall.
Oh,
That's why
yeah,
capitalism will collapse.
That's why you got it wrong when I asked
What
you.
you don't understand.
Is that you had to flip the graph. You should have known.
F, like in the tendency of the rate of profit with the F there, it means like flip, not fall. The tendency of the rate of profit to flip.
Yes, and that's why I'm saying the
PRPF
dollar
means
is a
tendency of the
bubble.
rate of profit to flip. That's what it means.
Okay, do you believe the dollar is a bubble and overvalued?
No.
Probably not.
Then you're fucking coping. It is so overvalued.
How's it overvalued?
Because look at America, it's a shithole.
It isn't a shithole.
I don't think that's true. Relative to the rest of the world, I don't think so.
Nope.
Yes, it is. If you
Based
ever saw
on-
Europe, it's much better.
Would you rather live in like Uganda or America?
Uganda.
Oh.
I'm not a capitalist.
Yeah. Go live there then. You're in Europe.
No.
Why are you in Europe?
I'm.
You said you're in Italy?
No, it's Switzerland.
Switzerland. What would you rather be in Switzerland or Uganda?
Switzerland.
Why? Is that a socialist country?
No, it's capitalist country.
But I said you hate capitalism.
Yes, of course. But I wanna organize the revolution in here.
Oh, call me when you succeed.
Yes, I don't succeed. The revolution is necessary due to the material.
Wait, do you think if I open YouTube, which video do you think has more views, Gangnam Style or Despacito?
I think it's Despacito. I don't know
Can we get a fact check? Can we get a fact check?
I think it's Despacito.
I think so too.
But why is this relevant?
Oh, that's why I did.
Just because it's from America or what?
Yeah, it's Despacito. Despacito has 8.5 billion views, and Gangnam Style only has 5.2 billion.
Dude, it's overviewed. Okay.
True, there was a Despacito bubble.
America is better.
Yeah, you would never want to live in Spain, right? Dog shit country.
Despacito is not from Spain.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's overviewed.
What? Why Spain?
You're silly. You're dumb. You're silly. You're very silly.
You are silly.
Oh, owned.
You think dollar is not overvalued?
What's the evidence that it is?
What the evidence is?
Why would someone use it if it's overvalued? Like, why would you as a investor, consumer, or whatever? Why would you use it though? Like, why do people trade in it if it's overvalued?
Why?
Then obviously it's not.
Because the whole economy is a fucking bubble. Because they don't have the gold standard or anything.
Obviously. Oh, we need the socialist gold standard. Well, no, that makes sense actually, because didn't like Marx labor theory of value need the money to be a produced commodity and not a fiat.
Yeah. You read the blog.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And that's why.
Wait, what do you think about that? Wait, do you agree that the labor theory of value needs money to be a produced commodity?
I don't know if I agree, but I say it's true.
Okay. So do we think that there's any issue with the fact that money is no longer a produced commodity, it's instead a fiat currency?
Yes, obviously it is, because they will just say money is now worth this and this, and then...
So would you say like...
Did you had more frequent recessions or less frequent recessions after the gold standard was dropped?
Oh, I don't know. I think it's all made up by the fucking elites.
Right.
What are the
The
last
2008 recession is just...
What are the last names of these elites?
The last names of these elites?
Yeah, what's their family name?
They have different family names.
Name
For
a couple.
example, Elon Musk.
Just name some.
Or
Okay.
what's the other one?
Rothschild,
Bill Gates.
Soros.
Soros, yes, Soros.
Rothschild.
Soros, Stein.
I don't know Rothschild. I know Soros. What's the other guy? Jeff Bezos.
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates, yes. These three.
Okay.
And of course the guys from United Arab Emirates.
Tariffs Boogeyman. David.
But yeah, come on. Join the stream. I was about to say, didn't George Soros like crash a Latin American country's economy because he I forget exactly. Krugman wrote about it. I think he like withdrew all of his capital from some Latin American country and it harmed them.
Damn.
Guys, you should really study a bit of Karl Marx a bit better. And not in bad faith, but good faith.
What if I don't wanna?
Especially.
Is that? Yo.
Krugman, Paul Krugman.
Let's go.
No, this is bullshit theory.
You've never read a single page of Krugman ever.
No, because Democrats have no say anyway. I mean, like, if something's politically unpopular, Trump probably won't do it because he's worried about, screwing over Republicans. Like, if we can make tariffs, if we can make more people understand why tariffs are bad, I think it's definitely less likely to happen.
So you agree we should not have debated like conservatives when you had a trifecta, right? I don't agree with that.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
No, people just get to ignore whatever argument they want because like the other side won, or because they won.
It's true. Conservatives are.
Like if Trump tomorrow says like, "Oh, we're gonna just like rape babies," that's like good. Oh, I'm sorry, grape babies. That becomes good, right? Because he won. Just because he won, then therefore you cannot have a counter argument.
No, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying.
No, to the guy in chat. The guy in chat.
We were talking in the chat, yeah.
Debate you guys because we won and you lost. So.
Yeah, of course, but communism will win in the end.
Oh. Why
True.
has no liberal democracy had a communist revolution?
Why? I can tell you why. Because.
Oh wait, fuck! I gotta go to my lecture. Wait, I forgot. Yeah,
time is not here.
I'm gonna go now. Bye bye. Talk to you later.
All right. Bye. Thanks.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm running away by the way. Yeah.
You're running.
He's running. True.
Yes, man.
Doesn't matter what you say because MAGA runs it for 4 years. I mean, did we already respond to that? Does that mean like we should just give up? Like we shouldn't debate anything? Like does that make tariffs good all of a sudden just because Trump won? Like if Trump literally said raping babies is okay, does that make them good? Should we not speak out against that? Like,
David, come in the call, David.
Then you can vote and lose again. Oh, it's so true, buddy.
Yeah, it's really
Listen, if Trump actually does the 25% tariffs in Canada and Mexico, I think there might be some people upset with the temporary increase in the price level.
No, the Democrats need to dissolve their failed party, and even I'm saying this as a communist. America needs.
Well, yeah, because you don't like the Democrats either. You want the socialists to run.
No, the communists.
Oh, we can't even have the socialists. We can't have a Green Party. We can't have a. You know how to lower prices? Tell me. I'm not claiming to know how to lower prices. My claim is that tariffs are almost certainly going to lead to an increase at a price level, at least for the goods that are tariffed.
You really think Green Party are socialists?
I mean, I don't know if I would consider Green Party socialist. I think the DSA or whatever is socialist.
DSA? Wait, what's DSA?
Democratic Socialist of America. I don't know if I count Green Party as socialist. Do they call themselves socialist? I don't actually know. I don't follow them.
I don't know, but I don't think Democratic Socialists of America are socialist either.
Weren't they the only pro-Palestine party? Shouldn't you like them?
It doesn't matter if they're pro-Palestine or not. It matters if they're communist or not.
The eco-socialist economy, so they do call themselves socialist. Party for Socialism and Liberation. Yeah. They do call themselves socialist.
The Nazis are socialists too, because they call themselves.
Well, I'm not. I mean, I just didn't know if they call themselves socialist. Even I'm not saying just because they call themselves socialist, they are socialist. I understand that's obviously does not logically follow. I just didn't know whether they call themselves socialist.
Lenin's definition of socialism.
Okay.
Lenin's definition of socialism means that it's the transitionary phase from dictatorship of the proletariat.
Yep, I've read State and Revolution. Tariffs will bring the companies back and will compete. You guys don't run businesses. Whether or not you run a business does not really have relevance here. You can run a business without understanding why tariffs are bad. Those don't preclude each other. But if the claim is that universal tariffs are going to bring businesses back, I don't think that's true because it's going to increase the price of everything those businesses use to run their business. We saw this with steel tariffs. Steel consuming jobs outnumber steel producing jobs 80-1. So you might help the steel company in America, but you hurt 80 jobs that consume steel to make their products. And there's a few other things like exchange rate appreciation that hurts exports as well and hurts other jobs.
Yeah, I definitely want to talk on that topic.
Sure.
So let's just take a hypothetical situation where there are universal tariffs on steel. making it where steel is actually cheaper to purchase within the United States. Do you think that businesses, like overall, yeah.
Wait, I'm confused what you mean, making it so steel is cheaper to produce in the United States? I don't know what you mean by that. Do you mean like relative to...
Yeah, basically the tariffs have increased so much where it's just no longer practical to import steel, and it's more practical to purchase steel within the United States.
Yeah, I agree that would bring back steel production to the U.S. I just think that leads to higher prices of consumers, and there's a big opportunity cost because all the steel workers could have otherwise been employed in more productive things. Well, we were able to import steel for cheaper.
Well, the thing is, though, is that if we're having to purchase steel within the United States, wouldn't that facilitate employment because we need more people in order to mine those resources, produce those resources, and transport them?
Well, it would protect employment in steel, but it would hurt employment in other sectors because consumers have to reduce the amount that they spend because they have to spend more on steel products. It would hurt a lot of businesses that use steel as an input. Yeah, you're adding deadweight loss.
But the thing is, those businesses are not just going to completely just die out and go out of business, because it's within human nature to figure out how the business will survive and flourish. And they
I don't think they're gonna.
Hey, let me finish. Given for example, like you don't need to use steel on all of your products. They could be switching to like aluminum frames or titanium or carbon fiber or composites and things like that. So that's usually what happens in a business when things become cost too much. They try to innovate to use alternatives to become cheaper, so they can keep their employees and they can continue further.
I guess that still seems like a cost. Like I mean, if they prefer to get steel where they're importing it right now, presumably any other option is less ideal for them. I mean, I agree if we tariff steel, then like companies are going to have to switch to other alternatives. I just think that's a net cost.
But now you're only thinking on the smaller argument of, oh, this other businesses will switch, because I'm trying to argue on the overall net benefit in that now we have steel manufacturing that has employed a lot more people, so now more people are getting paid, and then the other industries that can't afford the steel, they're innovating in order to adapt and keep their people, so overall you would have an increase in employment.
Well, I don't think it would be an overall increase in employment. I think that you would help steel firms.
Yeah, you think, but I just demonstrated the logic to it.
I can demonstrate why when again consumers have to reduce their spending on other things, and then those jobs that they protect in the steel industry, I would argue, are not good jobs. They're wasteful jobs, because we could have imported those products at a lower price while those producers were able to do other things. There's also other negative effects of tariffs that essentially tax exports. So here's a question: do you think that? Do you think...
No questions, because your logic doesn't follow on your claims.
What logic doesn't follow? Hold on, I'm making...
Yeah, the logic doesn't follow because you're trying to... Yeah, you're trying to say that certain jobs are less efficient, and people are going to be moving to like lower wage jobs, and it's like, no, it's like generally the people are going to keep their jobs where they're at. It's just that now people who are unemployed are going to be going into the labor markets that don't demand as much, and there's actually going to be more jobs and more money flowing.
Well, no, I understand. Again, I agree.
The logic that I just demonstrated.
I agree. You increase steel jobs, but that doesn't follow that there's a net increase in jobs entirely. You understand that?
Why not? Why is my logic?
Because you harm other jobs. You harm other jobs that rely on...
Yeah, but I just demonstrated the scenarios of the innovation of companies where it's like they can switch to alternatives and keep people in business. Like a company is just not going to be like, oh, well, steel is expensive, you're all fired, and we're going out of business. It's like, no, that's not what business is.
I understand, but any alternative is going to be more expensive. Otherwise, they would have already switched to it.
Yeah, but the thing is, even if they do increase in cost, there's actually more money in the pool because more people are getting paid and there's more product being moved. So that's all that's...
If the cost of production goes up for company, less people are employed because the cost of production is increased.
Not necessarily, because there's also innovation. That's where the human element comes in, where it's like if costs do increase, they figure out ways to decrease the costs in order to keep their business and keep their people.
Every company's already trying to reduce costs to the maximum extent they can.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is that they look at areas where it's expensive for the moment, and they try to figure out ways to go cheaper. Whereas if it was like the steel imports, if it would become more expensive, they'd focus on those areas to figure out how to make it cheaper. It's like, yeah, it's the same exact. We're using the same logic here.
But you can also have innovation if you don't have fucking tariffs.
Yeah, I don't care about your opinion, man. You're a fucking idiot. Just shut up. This is non-fun right now.
I mean, it's right about that. Every company's already trying to reduce costs.
I don't care about capitalism. Stop freaking arguing for these points. Just GTFO, man.
Bro,
I mean, he's right on that point. Like, every company's already trying to innovate as much as they possibly can. If they felt like it would benefit them to innovate and switch away from steel, they would already do so. They would be devoting their resources towards doing that. I don't see why it's necessary to have the government impose upon them at a cost to buying foreign steel just to force them to innovate.
Because it would the net benefit would be the increase in jobs, because now they need to hire people.
That's not true. You lose lots of jobs.
Hey, shut up! I don't care about your opinion.
Shut up.
You're in fucking Switzerland. Yeah, it's like you're just probably on government assistance.
True.
You're probably on government assistance living, and that's why you're a socialist, because you're actually not worth anything, you don't own anything, and you want balance in society.
You're very
nobody cares. Nobody cares, man.
You fuck with fucking dogs.
Yeah,
it's
fuck
so
you.
Disgusting, man.
Yeah, fuck you.
So
fuck
disgusting.
You.
So disgusting.
So disgusting. Okay. Just suck on the teeth of the government, man. You know.
Retarded man.
Yeah, you are retarded. That's why you need to suck on the teeth of the government, because you're so
make more
unreliable.
jobs. It's so wrong. So
You're
wrong.
unemployable, and that's why you need the government.
And you're unemployable.
Yeah.
You're unemployable.
You're worthless, man. You're worthless.
You're a fucking
that's why you're
slave
socialist.
who works for fucking wage labor. Because you're fucking 30.
The reason why you're working in slave labor is because you have no skills, man. And that's why you suck on the government teeth.
No, I said you work in slave labor, not me.
I work in slave labor. I make 6 figures, bro.
You're a fucking furry.
I'm a fucking Furby? What?
A furry.
What's that?
True owned.
A furry is a guy who dresses up as dogs.
That's weird, man.
That's what you are. Look
Okay, but
that's all you got.
Anyway, like I again, I agree you're protecting jobs in the steel sectors, but however, whether companies are innovating to find new ways to not use steel, or whether they just pay more for steel, their cost of production is going up. Otherwise, they would already be investing in those things. So the cost of production for them is going up. You also decrease productivity, which harms jobs too, and also tariffs harm exports as well. They actually
one point at a time.
Okay, sure.
So yeah, I completely agree that the cost of products are going to increase. However, there's going to be more money available in the pool and circulating in the United States, because we're buying domestically. We're buying within our country.
Not the cost of products. Wait, hold on. How is there? Do you think money just disappears if it goes out of?
The cost of products. I'm saying that there's going to be more money, so it offsets the idea that costs may increase, but there's more money around.
I mean, the thing I'm referring to is not the cost of the product, the cost of production for the company, how much it costs for the company to produce. But also, do you think money just disappears when we buy foreign goods? Like, what do you mean there's going to be more money?
Because more people are going to be employed, and they're going to be getting paychecks, and there's going to be more money in the system.
That's just wrong. They're not more going to be employed. I already explained this to you.
Yeah, I don't care. I demonstrated the logic, bro. I demonstrated the logic. It's like we agreed that there's going to be more positions available.
There are not more jobs in every
when tariffs go up universally.
All the sectors will have less jobs because you can't import the fucking goods you need to produce shit. Because it's too expensive.
But the United States technically doesn't really need to import much of anything. We have a lot of resources. You in Switzerland, you rely on the entire European Union for exchange. So you're going to have to be able to do that. But the United States, we're actually very wealthy.
You have lithium in the United States? No,
I live in the United States right now, bro, and you don't. I understand more about your European system than you do. It's like you're heavily reliant on imports because you can't produce anything, and you're frozen over half of the time. So probably all of your produce you have to get further south from within Europe.
Bro, I said, do you have lithium? I didn't say, do you live in the United States?
I'm sorry, your accent's really thick. You're gonna have to enunciate better.
Yes, but do you have lithium or not?
Do we have lithium?
Yes.
Well, that's not my argument. My argument was on
Yes, you
steel.
need lithium to make batteries.
My argument's about steel, not lithium.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to explain.
I talked about. Okay, so does universal tariffs on steel affect lithium? Does universal tariffs on steel affect lithium?
No, but I told you.
Because that's not my argument. I'm talking about steel right now. Shut up. Shut up, man.
You shut up.
This is a non
You can't
sequitur.
understand the argument.
This is a non sequitur, man.
You gain jobs in the fucking steel industry, but you lose jobs in another industry. But you lose more jobs.
He is actually right here. He's wrong about everything else, but somehow he got this argument right. I guess I'm not referring to the cost of products. I'm referring to the cost of production. Do we agree that these tariffs on steel are going to increase the cost of producing goods for these companies that either rely on steel or have to invest in alternatives to steel?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
that's
generally,
how the products go up too.
yeah, sure, but
It's
generally,
all- they're related.
generally do we agree that if the cost of production goes up, they're going to be producing less? Like supply is going to shift left, and they can employ less people.
No.
I mean, I'm not saying, not necessarily 100% of the time, but almost always. Like, as a law of economics, if the cost of production goes up, you typically can afford to employ less workers.
No, no. I can't say generally. No, it's a very case by case situation.
It's hard for me to imagine, unless
Because
demand for
think
something was
about
like
this,
perfectly
think about
inelastic,
this,
it's hard for me to imagine.
No, think about this. So you have like infrastructure, it's like utilities and roadways and things like that. That always has requirements of steel and concrete and all this stuff. And the thing is that we constantly have to build them up at a rate that's consistent with the population growth within that region. So the government's always going to subsidize into that in order to keep the infrastructure going. So even if like there's an increased cost in steel, which would be the rebar that they put into, the demand for rebar is going to stay roughly the same because the government is on a time crunch. They're just
That again, like I said, that would be an example of inelastic demand. I agree. If demand is very inelastic, there'd be a lot less of an effect there. If it's perfectly inelastic, there might not necessarily be an effect. But I still think that's a bad thing because the steel could have been imported for cheaper previously, while the domestic resources being used to make steel were used to make other things. And two, I don't think most goods have that type of inelastic demand.
But the thing is that on the imported goods, even though it may be cheaper, we're moving money. We're sending money out of the country, whereas if we were to implement universal tariffs, we're keeping the money within the country circulating. We're putting it into the pockets of Americans. We're applying Americans, so people are spending more within America.
So when that money goes, quote unquote, out of the country, if somebody in another country has dollars, they can do three things with those dollars. One, they can buy an American export, an American good. Two, they can buy, or they can replace their buy a financial asset, or three, they can exchange those dollars and give those dollars to someone else who will then either buy an American good or financial asset. The balance of payments always equals zero. Money doesn't actually just leave our country.
You're assuming that they will purchase in America, but if it's cheaper for products over in their country already, and that's why they have such a big export of goods, then they're going to keep buying in their own country because it's cheaper for their own country to buy.
But they don't buy with dollars in their own country.
They're not incentivized to buy from America. That's not how it works.
Dollars aren't generally accepted in their economy. They have to exchange.
No. That's not what I'm talking about. It's like, well, yeah, we can always exchange. We could always exchange the U.S. dollar for other currencies and things like that. But the thing is that if you were to purchase from other countries, somebody else over in that other country is benefiting and getting employed for that. Whereas over here in this country, the person that would have filled that job is not employed and not getting money and not spending within the American system. So
well, I think it's mutually beneficial. I agree.
In the other country.
Well, I think it's mutually beneficial. So I agree that that someone in the UK is benefiting or whatever. I just think on net, America also benefits, even if we do lose jobs in certain sectors. I agree. If we have free trade, we're going to lose still jobs, but there's a lot of other jobs that we're going to have because free trade is nothing more than a way to produce importables by first producing exportables and then exchanging them. we're able to all produce more if we engage in free trade, even if certain people do lose.
But that's a claim that is unproven. The part about where you said that other beneficial jobs will open up if we were able to import from other countries. It's like if there were other jobs available, they would be open right now. It's like plain and
Wait,
simple.
what do you mean they are open right now? There's more job vacancies than unemployed people in the United States right now.
I think that's part-time jobs right now.
And maybe it's part-time jobs, but I mean, unemployment is like really low right now.
Consider part-time jobs as a metric because nobody could survive on a part-time job.
I mean, I guess there's other reasons I don't think they protect jobs as well, which we can get to. But like there's an opportunity cost to everything, right? So if we're producing stuff here, those resources used to produce steel here could have otherwise been used to produce other things. We generally accept that, right?
No, I don't accept that because we have a dense population and we're capitalists. So
regardless of how dense there's still an opportunity cost.
Well, yeah, and there's new businesses opening up every day.
Yeah, each one of those businesses opening up as an opportunity cost. Every resource you use to make those businesses has an opportunity cost. There's an opportunity cost to everything. There's no such thing as a free lunch. Everything has an opportunity cost.
Yeah. But I don't see how this relates to why like certain businesses wouldn't start up because the opportunity cost is like a little bit too high because
they have less resources because resources are being devoted to producing things here that are protected by tariffs.
But the thing is that you're throwing away the human element, the demand, and the innovations that could come from somebody coming up with a new idea to start a business where it very well could be cheaper. You know, it's like the businesses are not a static system. It's like they're an ever-changing thing.
I don't think my argument relies on businesses being a static system. And I think also, by the way, a trade deficit means other countries are investing in us and providing capital to starting businesses.
Dude, I'm not arguing with you. Shut up.
But your argument is so
I don't care. I don't care. You're an idiot. Non-fun's arguments are better than yours. I don't want to talk to you, bro.
My arguments are better than yours. You say innovation will come if you have
man,
tariffs.
You're a fucking idiot.
But if you don't have tariffs,
you haven't
you can
argued
also
a damn
have
thing other
innovation.
than socialism. Oh, it's like I'm gonna pay 50% in taxes and then sit on the government's feet.
Base.
You're in fucking Switzerland. You're in fucking Switzerland, man. You're up in the rear of taxes and the government pays for everything. Just shut up. Yeah.
We don't pay a lot of taxes here, but also
bullshit.
that's not what socialism means.
Yeah, you do.
It's not bullshit.
You pay a lot of taxes, bro. I definitely know that. All the Scandinavian countries pay shitloads in taxes. Nearly 50%.
Switzerland is not a Scandinavian country, you dumb fuck.
I'm pretty sure it is.
No, it's not.
I don't think people generally count Switzerland. I think Scandinavia they do. Norway.
Okay, then I'll take the L on that.
But the EU countries all pay higher taxes. All the EU countries have higher taxes.
Right, but really, I honestly don't care about your arguments, man. I just want to talk to non-fun.
I mean, yeah, all the EU countries have higher taxes regardless. But
your stupid arguments. You're saying innovation can only come if you have tariffs.
That's not even his argument.
That's not my argument. That's not my argument.
Yes, that's what you said. You said
no, that's not my argument.
Tariffs?
No,
that's not my argument. That's not my argument, man.
And then you said there can be more jobs because of innovation.
Thanks for following Easy Pictures to Draw.
Deal me on my argument.
That's your argument.
Deal me on my argument.
You said if you have tariffs, there will be less jobs, but more jobs in the steel industry. But then you have innovation, and suddenly you have more jobs.
You're already wrong. You're
because
already
of
wrong.
Innovation.
You're already wrong.
Then what's your argument?
I don't care to talk to you. Hey, non-fun.
Yep, because that was your argument.
No,
now
it really wasn't. No, it
okay.
really wasn't. You're an idiot.
It really
Shut up.
was. It really was your argument.
No, you're an idiot. Shut up.
All right, he's gone. I have to. I'm gonna stream again tomorrow. I have to go relatively soon because I have to fucking pack to go to Thanksgiving. But I am gonna start. So we'll have a little bit of time one-on-one here. But you're free to join like anytime I do these. So.
Yeah, I'll just tell you right now, it's like I really don't care about tariffs. Honestly, I'm on the fence about that, but I just wanted to play this hypothetical out and see where it would go.
I also do you think that like taxing exports would probably decrease jobs? Do you think if we were to tax like exporting stuff?
Yeah. I'm just
So-
going to have to say yes.
Yeah.
Because just general farming is one of our biggest exports, and if that gets taxed, then we're just not going to export as much, and there's just going to be loss in jobs.
Yeah, I mean, like intuitively, like anything we export generally provides jobs to people, and it's gonna saying the truth equals kicked. Sure, I hate the truth.
Yeah.
But I guess like the same way that like taxing the purchase of gasoline reduces both the purchase and production of gasoline, taxing imports also tends to have negative effects on tariffs. So if we were to tax exports on, like, let's say, right now we import clothes and we export aircraft. Now, the U.S. doesn't export aircraft as much as it used to, but the hypothetical, we export aircrafts. If we were to tax exports on aircrafts, that would shift investment towards clothing because now it's more profitable, relatively more profitable to invest more in clothing on the margin than it is to invest in aircrafts. The same thing happens if you place a tariff on clothing. You make that relatively more profitable, and aircraft manufacturing relatively less profitable on the margin. So you draw investment towards that domestic clothing manufacturing and away from the aircraft exports.
Yeah. I could see the logic on that. I guess just one question I would have is that do you think that we need to be increasing low-skilled labor jobs or high-skilled labor jobs here in the United States?
I think it benefits us more to have high-skilled labor jobs, although I do think we need to do more to increase educational attainment, because obviously if people aren't educated enough to get the high-skilled jobs, then they're fucked.
Yeah, personally, I think that's just an impossible feat to give education to everybody, because there's just some people who are just ass backwards stupid. But I don't want to hold you up. I know you got to go.
Oh wait, I got like a. Can I run through like 3 more things and then we can go?
Okay. Yeah, it's so I would just say that we're probably going to see an increased need in low skill jobs, particularly in like service industries, and which I guess when it comes to service industries, like let's say like installing cable, installing utilities, well, I guess they all rely on like imports of goods anyway, whether it be like copper wire or just like steel or whatever things. I don't know. I don't know where my mind is going on this anywhere.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I'm good.
Just another thing it seems like we disagree on this one a little bit more, but like tariffs increase production costs if you do it on intermediate imports, so intermediate goods. Sorry. So companies that use steel to export, one, their cost of production is increased, so they have to eat some of the cost if they want to compete on the world market.
Yeah.
Or no, that's it. Yeah. So like, we have a nail company in the US, they have to pay 10% more for steel. Nail company in Canada doesn't have to pay 10% more for steel. So now people in the US want to buy from the Canadian company, and people in other markets also want to buy from the other company as well.
Yeah, it's making me think, what if the tariffs were targeted towards strictly things that we only import and don't necessarily for industries that don't primarily export, like the service industries. Well,
I think you still end up changing the relative profitability, and that you would do this one too. Although the more targeted tariff, the less you do this next one. Tariffs can appreciate the value of the currency, which makes exports more expensive for other countries to buy. That hurts our exports as well.
Well, I agree that it would increase the costs, but it might provide more availability of jobs, and again goes back to my original argument of the flow of more cash flow. Essentially, it induces more cash flow within the country.
And then just a final thing is that there's the potential for retaliatory tariffs as well. If other countries retaliate, then they have to pay more for our exports.
Yeah, and those kind of things I kind of see more as like a poker game than anything else. Who's going to bluff, who's going to give in first, and because when retaliatory tariffs do come in, it also does affect the other country, and it may be on goods that they actually rely on, and if they just don't purchase, they're going to be at a detriment. But yeah, it's I don't know. It's like, again, I'm still on the fence on tariffs. I think it's a case by case scenario. I don't think universal tariffs are a good idea.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Well, I'll probably do this again tomorrow. I don't know for sure. You're welcome back. But I gotta go. We're going to our like family friend's house tomorrow. I gotta pack for it. I haven't even packed for it yet. So why are people just now requesting? Goddamn. But okay, the people requesting. Okay, I'll do this again tomorrow. Okay, or go on my YouTube channel, NONFON on YouTube, and go watch me. I debated this guy before. I debated a lot of people on tariffs. Go watch that. Anyway, see you guys. Four viewers, 1 gifter, 5 diamonds. Hell yeah. How do I attract more viewers? Actually, I didn't need to follow them back, but whatever.
Want to catch the attention of casual viewers on the app? Your live stream shows up with other videos and live streams on the For You page. So it's important to make a good first impression.
I don't know. I don't think I care. Okay. Well. Nice to know that there are people on TikTok that I can. Oh, yes. We'll be doing more of those streams in the future. The big reason I did it now was just because that's probably what I'm going to be streaming tomorrow while I'm at Thanksgiving and the 28th, Thanksgiving Day. So that's why I did that. I love streaming. Love that you guys watch me stream. I will stream again tomorrow, probably, hopefully, we'll see. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all you guys. Love all you guys. Love that you guys allow me to do this. Subscribe if you have not, if you're watching. I really appreciate the subs. Follow right now if you're watching on Twitch. I really appreciate the Twitch follows as well. Or sub on Twitch too. Those I really appreciate because that's free fucking money. Use your Prime sub, baby. Let's go. I will see you guys all tomorrow. Love streaming. Love you guys watch me stream. I don't have any fucking viewers to rate people, so bye-bye. Appreciate you guys.